Hey, what's going on, guys? One Up Ego here, and welcome to episode 11 of Scrimming Essentials Part 2. Thank you guys so much for coming out and checking out this learning experience. So I'm so glad I'm able to help you all. Welcome, Schnapnel FN. Thank you guys so much for returning. Moist Mop, Ronan, Edgy Swins, Dylan Keen, Jacobu Cherif, Vaba, Dario on iPhone, Luca Valiant, Edgy Swines, Tilted FN, Ace Regular, Vester BI, Wolf Sia, Beastman RY1, Virgie Valdez, Illy Bean, Wolf Sia, Light Liz, Ed Tran, Vaba. Thank you so much for subscribing. Whoever that was. Who was that? VXDI. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. And I'm so glad you guys were all able to come out and check this out, this stream. So I really appreciate all you guys for coming out. This is the first time that I watched your stream. Thank you so much, Luca. I really appreciate you coming out here and watching it. So with that being said, excuse me, let's go ahead and get started. If you guys haven't already filled out the application form, go ahead and do so. Application links are in the description, and you just go ahead, fill that out. Make sure you send me a good chunk, like a good review, good VOD or something, so I can review it for you guys, and I'll try my best to help you. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Hey, thank you so much for subscribing, Edgy Swines. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So first person we're going to be taking a look at today is Shake Dog 76, and he wants to know, or they want to know my playstyle, my in-game confidence, and my mid-game fights, and they want to improve on aim. So let's go ahead and take a look at this YouTube link. Yesterday we had some problems with some chat moderation, so just make sure you guys keep everything on, chill. I don't want to see any of that toxic or negativity in the chat. Just keep it, calm and peaceful because we're all trying to learn and grow together. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. It is a Fortnite montage. And like I said before yesterday, guys, Fortnite montages are good. I appreciate all the submissions, but they're a little hard for me to review because they are shorter clips. So I'm not able to, fully analyze your gameplay and understand your decisions. So we'll try our best here. Let's go ahead and just watch it a little bit. Oh, a mobile player. Very nice. Okay. Um, I could talk about this clip right here. This is a little interesting because it is a build fight, right? But I want to look at more specifically your choice of attack, I should say here. So he bases up, right? You immediately go on top of his roof, and you get his cone and floor. That's good. But what you did wrong here is look where you're positioned. Actually, let me go ahead and switch this over to a different screen so you guys can see what I'm doing. 1 second. There we go. Okay, so look at what you're doing right here. So you're here, right? And the other player is in this box. You're standing right on this edge. When you make this edit, he's going to be looking straight at you. This is bad. Why? Because he'll immediately have a shot onto you, and you're going to trade 50-50. Guaranteed. If this guy is a good player, he's going to hit the shot on you, probably for at least 100 damage. And you're probably going to hit him for about 100. So what are you going to do? You're both just staring at each other. This is not what you want to do. If I were you, I would have backed off, maybe placed a floor piece here, and maybe place a wall right here, okay? So where you're standing right here needs to be a wall. So when you go for this edit, you can immediately just hide behind your wall. So that way, after you take your shot, you have the right hand peek. You can keep on pressuring into the box, so you don't have to go for this risky shot. Because look, let's watch what you happen. Like, you make the edit, right? And look what happens. You're staring right at him. He's staring at you. He doesn't even have a shotgun out, so that's bad on him. But if he did have a shotgun out, he would have been able to hit you first. So it's basically a 50-50. If you miss the shot, he misses his, and then you back up, which is good. I wouldn't recommend staying here. And because you have the attack, you're able to finish him off. But if I had a pump here and I hit him only for 100, backing off is a good idea. You can just place another wall right here for that piece control. So that way he can't trade with you, right? Because he's going to just shoot the wall. Otherwise, you could take more damage. So that's just something to consider. Obviously, crosshair placement, but like always, your aim is very reliant on your positioning and the builds that you're working with. Because before, right, we're taking a 50-50 here. If you were to, build a floor piece and a wall right here, you would have a way better angle onto him, meaning that you can position your crosshair accordingly. So your aim will drastically improve with that. So if we keep on watching, we're into some box fights now. Okay, never mind, build fight. All right, same thing here. I mean, this is pretty clean. I'm assuming you knew he was weak, but this is, in my opinion, another 50-50 because you're jumping and you're exposing yourself for so much. Any good player, if he wasn't low, would have punished you instantly. So what I would have done is place a floor here and maybe place another floor right here. So that way, there's nothing he can do. The only thing he can do is either, build a floor piece above him and immediately back off and base, or he's going to take a really, really, really risky fight right here. And that's not something you want to do. So by taking piece control, right, taking these two floor pieces, you can make an edit. Let's say this is the tiles. You can make like a simple 3 floor piece edit here, or just a hole. And you can trade with him a lot more safely. After you take the shot, just make sure you reset the floor. Because, like I said before, you're basically making a 50-50. We're trying to deny him as much possible trade as possible. So when you're going for these shots, you want to be safer than this opponent. That way that every single time you take this, you're giving the most damage and you're not receiving any. So it's just safer for you. Very nice. Oh my gosh. No, 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 no. Okay. Actually, let me full screen this so you guys can see this better. The quality is really bad, but sorry about that. All right, let's watch this again. If I can find it. Is it this one? No, it's this one. All right, so we're in a build fight, right? Wait, this is not it. What I've noticed from your gameplay is that you tend to go for risky 50-50s quite often. I'm trying to see if this is actually the fight that I was going to commentate over. Because there was one specific shot that I didn't like. This one. So, yeah, you tend to go for a lot of risky 50-50s. And, that's fine and all when your opponent is low or when you're for sure going to get the kill. But when the outcome is uncertain like this, I would say this is very risky and you should try avoiding it. So let's watch it. So first of all, you take a tag, right? 50 health, and you immediately back off. You don't know where he is. What are you doing right here? Like, huh? Are you waiting for him to make an edit or something? Yeah, that's not good. What you should be doing here is backing off. You need to back off immediately because you don't know where he is. He knows where you are. So you just back off, box yourself in, heal up because you got that fish, right? So box up, heal up. And then you can figure out where he is. I wouldn't just sit here and stand here and wait for him to make an edit. Because you already lost the health trade. You already, instead of 200, you're at 150. And you don't even know where he is. So that's bad, number one. Number two, you see him, okay? He sees you. I mean, I think. He should be able to see your arm right here. And because of that, you should be very wary. You should immediately build floors right here. Immediately. Because if he's a good player, like I said before, he's going to shoot you. He already has his shotgun out. You could be back down to 100 health or less. So build floors right here. Thankfully, he misses. And you're going to go ahead and eat that flopper. Cool. Now, here's the part that really caught my attention. Oh, what are you doing, buddy? You're going to go for a 50-50 like this? No. Don't jump to the left, okay? What I would do in this position, you have good crosshair placement right here. So if you were to make a very bad edit like this, you could catch him first. That's good. But what I don't like is watch this. You jump to the left. Why is that bad? Because look, number one, look at your crosshair. It's not on him, right? He's right here. Your crosshair is not here, not on him. Number two, look at the position of the wall, right? It's right here. Your face and your whole entire body is potentially sticking out right now. If this player is looking at you, if he's tracking you through the builds like he should be, you can't see him, but he can see you, meaning that you are always going to lose this trade. If you're making a left-hand peek, you're jumping. Like I said before, I don't like it when whenever you jump, you lose momentum. You have less pressure in a fight. You have less control of your character. You are basically you're asking yourself to be shot at. Don't do that. So if you are going to go for a peek like this, place a wall immediately. Don't just go for this type of peek. Because if this player was good, he would have either built the wall or he would have shot you first. Instead, what I would suggest you to do is build a floor piece where you were standing right there. And then build a ramp. So either facing this way or facing toward him. So the ramp would look like this with the wall being here. And you would stand here. Or the wall would be like this. The ramp would be facing like this. If that makes any sense. Away. And you would be on the top of the ramp. So that way, he can't make any edit on you, right? Because if he makes an edit here, that's pointless. He'll shoot the ramp. And if he makes an edit here, you're standing on the top. So you can easily, just walk off. And look for a different angle on him. I wouldn't go for this angle because most of the time it's not going to result in very good results. So hopefully that helps you. I'm going to move on to the next person for the sake of time. But yeah, for your aim, make sure you utilize crosshair placement and, just take good angles. Don't use left-hand peek. Always try to use right-hand peek and know when you're going to win fights and when you're not going to. If you don't know where the player is, base up, walk it off. Just get away from the fight, disengage, to get your bearings back to understand where people are. This will help you a lot. Okay, we're going to go to the next person. Let me read chat real quick. What is a VOD? A VOD is a replay. It could either be like a replay from in game, or it could be like a replay from your YouTube videos, a stream, whatever. It's just like a recording of your past gameplay. Okay, cool. Um, we're gonna go to the next person. So, endgame decision making, making better decisions to maximize potential as a player. Very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and paste that. So, work on crosshair placement, right hand peek, and don't take fights if you don't know where your opponents are. Oh, shoot. My bad, guys. I'm supposed to be. I told myself today that I was going to do you guys a favor and record the timestamps where people are. So, OBS Chimp, you are going to be at 16 minutes. This way, it's easier for you to keep track of uh, the people that I review. So, you're at 16:06. Okay. So, let's go ahead and get started. OBS Chimps. This is a YouTube video, hopefully not another montage. If it is a montage, for the sake of time, I'm only going to review like one clip. Okay, this doesn't look like a montage. Okay. And you wanted to know, what is it? Um, make better decision making. Okay. Let's go ahead and watch this again. So we're in Endgame. I can't tell with the quality how many people are left. I'll move this over to my other screen so you guys can see. Okay. Um, I can't tell how many people are left because of the quality, but we're gonna assume there's like maybe 20 people. Okay, first of all, what are you doing? I don't want to be rude or anything, but you're wasting quite a bit of mats. For what reason, right? So I like the tunneling. It's clean. It's really is. It's super clean. But look at your okay. Look at how many builds you're wasting. You have like 300 mats, right? 300 metal, and we're full tunneling into zone, like full on bizzle tunneling. And as far as I could see, no one was shooting at you, which means you had a free rotate. But you just burned like what, 300 mats? You have zero metal now. Zero metal. And what was all that for? I mean, maybe, okay, if you're playing safe, I respect that. But based on these range indicators and based on that these guys aren't shooting you, this tells me that you could save a lot more mats by doing a cheaper rotate. You're already at the back of the zone. So I would have suggested you to save more mats. Don't full tunnel, especially like in the side. Like, let me go back. You protect your. Look at this. You're about to place a wall right here. Don't do that. Why? Because you have the whole entire zone protecting you, right here. And the odd chances are there's not going to be a player here, so they can't shoot you. So why even wall off this area? You're basically wasting mats, right? So save your mats. Don't wall off the area if you're literally like on edge zone like that, and you don't know if you know for sure there isn't players on your right, and the storm is on your right. Don't waste mats because the storm acts as like a natural barrier. You can save those mats for later. And I would have probably just like, if you ever watched my late game video, I talk about the half protected tunnel, which is just a floor piece and a ramp. That's enough to get you into zone. I would have suggested you using that because it covers your side and your top, and it's really, really good for saving mats. For in this instance, you don't have people shooting at you. That's the big giveaway to me. You don't have people shooting at you, as far as that I know. Meaning that you could save, you can greed a little bit and save on mats by doing the half protected tunnel like this. That's the floor piece, that's the ramp, and here's you. Just tunneling into zone like that. So that's one of the choices I would do. Just because mats are so important in late game. Every mat matters. Again, no one's really shooting at you, they're shooting at the guys above. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, 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 no. Okay, okay. Why would you take this fight? That's just a question you need to ask yourself. Okay, you're playing duos, right? Two reasons why you would take a fight in this situation. Number one, is your mats low? Well, you have maybe 200 mats from the looks of it, I think, and max brick. And you wasted all your metal before. Number two, do you have the good guns? Yeah, you have plenty, really, really good guns. Okay, Scar, Purple Pump, minis, and a bandage bazooka. That's pretty good stuff. But look at your teammate, okay? One of the perks of playing duos is you have two people. So if you get knocked, your teammate can clean up. Or your teammate can still help you to prevent you getting knocked. Is your teammate nearby? As far as I can tell, no. Your teammate's not like nowhere near you. You need to wait for your teammate before you engage into a fight like this because you don't know wherever the if he has a teammate and if he's good. Because if you get solo knocked without your teammate being there to help you, it effectively leaves your teammate alone in a 1v1. Don't do that. Don't do that to your teammate. You guys are a team. You need to work together. Also, look at the zone. It's still coming in. You're not there yet. Why would you take a fight when you can just rotate the zone for free? So I would not take this fight. If anything, I would build up a layer to get away from this player and wait for your teammate. But instead, you drop down for a 50-50, right? You take 160 damage. Look at that. That's a 50-50. You both take so much damage. Good piece control, but just don't do this, okay? Try your best not to do this. Just focus on rotating to zone unless you got your teammate nearby. Or you know this player is low. Because now you're in Storm. And you're really low. And if these people were paying attention, the people on the left side who were shooting at the guys that you were about to engage on, they would destroy you right now. You're literally two AR shots or one headshot to die. You would be dead. Okay, so you mess up your builds. You're panicking a bit. I don't blame you. You need to be careful here. Okay, that's another thing. If you're going to pop bandage bazookas, you need to be 100% safe. This is why I actually tell people to not take bandage bazookas just because there's better healing items in the game. Bandage bazookas are great because they give you health over time. You can share with teammates or whatever. It takes 2 slots though. But it makes so much noise. It makes so much noise. This thing is like literally asking people to kill you. Like if you're in endgame and someone hears a bandage bazooka off, this tells them that you are low. Low enough to pop a bandage. Low enough to even think about using it. This means you are literally a free kill. Like you're giving away your location. So you need to be 100% safe and know where everyone is before you pop the bandage bazooka. Do you know where everyone is? If the answer is no, don't use it. Use your minis instead. Okay, so now we're going into zone. Now we're out of brick. You see that? We're out of brick because we're panic building. We're only on to... Actually, no. We're out of wood. We're on to brick. So you have 300 mats. Now you really need an impact frag, buddy. Pop your minis. Go for an impact frag. Because you just burned through all your mats. Did you see that? How fast those 500 mats went? Why? Because you made a bad decision engaging onto that player when you didn't need to. Also, you burned through all your metal because you were rotating too much. Like you were using too much mats to rotate when you could have had it for free. Cool, so you get your elimination on that guy. I think you 50-50. That's pretty lucky because that gives you your health back. And look at again, you're engaging in a fight, but you don't realize. Look at that. You're out of mats. Oh my gosh. Okay, what should you do when you're out of mats? Well, look at your teammate. He's still over here, right? You have 0 mats. Before you even run out of mats, when you're like 100, 200 mats, you should immediately just don't even look for a fight. When you're in duos, you don't have to do that. You can just go to your teammate and say, hey, buddy, do you think you could split your mats with me? I'm like 100% out because I made a bad decision. And you're like, sure, here's some wood or something. I don't know. Now you guys are better off. You can go to your teammate and ask for help. That's the perks of being in duos. In solos, you can't do that, right? So in solos, you probably have to drop to low ground and try to, pray for an impact frag. But in this case, you don't have to do that. What are you going to do? Please tell me you're not going to psycho into this guy's box with 0 mats when your teammate's alive. Oh my gosh, you did it. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? Now you're on low ground. Oh my gosh, that was clean. Okay, that was Good on you. That was pretty sick. But oh my gosh, that whew, if you didn't get that kill, you'd be dead. Okay, that's too risky. Don't do that. Even though you got the kill, if the outcome is not guaranteed, don't take it. Your teammate's still alive. That's guaranteed. You can still get mats off of him. That's guaranteed. Don't go for something risky. It's just not worth it. Okay, so now there's another player on you, and you didn't even know that. Why? Because you're on low ground. Now you're burning through your mats again. You have effectively like 400, like 40 builds. You're still taking chip damage. You don't have the health to do this, buddy. You need a base and get that health. There we go. Take those minis. Good, good, good. Oh, you didn't even get it off, and you took 10 storm damage. Okay, this is the thing. If you're going to take a mini, you need to stick it. Okay? You're going to get 25 health back. If you know you're going to take one tick of storm damage, that's 10 health. So you'll get 15 health back. You're either going to stick the mini or don't stick it at all. Because, you know, you're really low in health. Oh my gosh, these players are awful. Um, yeah, I don't know what that guy with the RPG was doing. That was honestly a free kill on you. So let's watch this again. So after we fail the mini, you're just building up for height. And because of shotgun delay, you don't get the kill. That's kind of unfortunate. But you jump down. And you don't know where that player is. You're taking another 50-50. You should be building here. He's got a shotgun out. Build. Take the advantage. I wouldn't even suggest jumping down unless you know where he is. Place floors, edit down, look down. Never give yourself out like this. You're just asking for free damage on yourself. Look at that. He could have hit you with the RPG. If he did that, you would have been like 50 health. Probably 50 health. So that's another thing to work on. There you go. See, if you gotten hit by that RPG, you would have been dead right there. So this guy is he's griefing his game. Oh, you have 2 shotguns. Okay, I don't know how you picked up that tack, but you never want to do that, right? Never pick up 2 shotguns. You either want the pump or you want the tack, but don't take 2 because you're gonna get the shotgun delay. That's what prevented you from getting that other kill before. So always make sure you don't do that. And to prevent that, if you kill somebody, just pull out your pickaxe, and then you can pick up all the items without having to worry about switching out your weapons. Oh my gosh. No, don't do this ever. Please, no. You're jumping and was shooting your shotgun. And why? You have no reason to. Look at this. You have 400, like 300 mats. Build, bro. Build. Don't give yourself away like this. Like I said before, this is a 50-50. You have the advantage. You don't need to take this 50-50. You got health. You got heals. You got mats. No reason you should be taking this. Like, if this player was good, you're so low health, he could kill you easily. Lose the game. Like, man. So, like I said before, play around with your teammates, okay? You're in duos, not solos. Don't solo duo. That's not a very smart idea. So, play around your teammates. Stick together. Ask for help if you need to. Share mats. Rotate safely, effectively. Don't waste your mats on your rotate if you can help it. And then don't engage into fights unless you guaranteed know that you're going to win the outcome. Okay? That's what you need to work on. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to the web page. So, work on your rotates to save mats, map awareness. Don't take fights unless you are 100% sure you will win. Play with your teammates. Ask them for mats/help if you need. Don't play solo duos. And then, what else? 50-50s. That's kind of like already in don't take fights unless you're 100% you're sure you will win. But avoid 50-50s if the outcome is Not foreseeable. Cool. So basically, that's what you need to work on. That's cool. We're gonna move on to the next person. Thank you so much. We're gonna go into the next person. That's gonna be Flips 30 FPS YT, and the timestamp is gonna be 30:26. Okay, Flips 30 FPS. And before we start this one, I'm gonna actually just pull up chat real quick and say hi to you guys. Kirby TV, Sirena, Moist Mop, Jack, uh, yeah, thank you guys so much for checking out the stream. I really appreciate it. Voids, how you guys doing? I really appreciate y'all taking the time to check out the stream, and hopefully that this will be helpful to you guys. 34 viewers, that's really nice. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to come watch this stream. I really appreciate it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and switch over. So Flips 30 FPS, and you're asking for playstyle mechanics, maybe different moves or decisions I could have made. I would love to figure out my best playstyle. I like to play comp, but it's quite hard to do that 30 frames. I only play West and East Opens. I'm going to purchase an Xbox Series X when it comes out of Grand Comp. I just want to improve my mechanics and find the best players. Okay. I don't even need to watch the replay to know what playstyle you need to adopt, okay? I don't know if you want to hear this because I'm sure it's different from person to person. But just quite frankly, from your username and from what you're telling me, you're on console with 30 frames, right? And you're playing on West and East Open. There's two things that I can hear from this, okay? Number one, you're at a disadvantage. 30 frames is very difficult to play scrims on because even in Endgame, your frames are going to get even lower, right? I'm sure you know that. You've experienced it before. When your frames drop to like 15 frames because of Endgame lag, you're in trouble. So the playstyle I would adopt, okay, you don't have to do this, but this is what I suggest, is to adopt a very passive placement point oriented playstyle. Why? Because 30 FPS, you're just at such a disadvantage. Going for consistent placement is your best bet. But, you don't have to listen to me. If you think your mechanics are good enough, then you can adopt a more aggressive playstyle or a hybrid, like passive, then switch to aggressive playstyle if you want to. That's all preference, of course, but you just stick to whatever you feel most comfortable with. But my suggestion would be for a passive playstyle. But with that being said, let's go ahead and check out your gameplay. So here we go. We have another montage, but we're looking for playstyle, right? So I'm just going to put this on 2x speed just for the sake of time. Because like I said before, I really don't like reviewing montage. There's just not enough clips to determine. It seems like your mechanics are very good. Yeah, your mechanics are very clean. Um, it's hard to decide what playstyle you'd be best with, but considering your mechanics, okay, you have the ability to play an aggressive playstyle if you'd like to. What I've seen so far, as long as you're utilizing good piece control, map awareness, and everything that I've talked about so far, you can adopt an aggressive playstyle. You just have the mechanics to follow up on it. Would I advise it though in scrims? No. It's just not. You're gonna just be at so much of a disadvantage. But that's in scrims, okay? In pubs, go ahead. In arena, go ahead. In tournaments, go ahead. But in scrims, in those packed end games, you're gonna be definitely lagging a lot. So I would definitely wait until you get that new Xbox before you start playing more aggressive in scrims. But obviously, you can just adopt that aggressive playstyle if you like, just to try it and see how you do. If you do really good, you can stick to it. If you don't do so good, then maybe play a little more passive. It's just kind of learning from your mistakes, of course. So that's what I'm going to leave you on, right? It's ultimately your decision what playstyle you want to try. I would advise you to play passive, but if you don't want to, that's fine. Just stick to whatever you feel most comfortable with and what you think you'll go the furthest with, because it's your choice. It's your choice. All right. So good luck with that, my friend. We're gonna move on to the next person. And after the W key video, I'm so much better at W keying. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that my video was helpful to you. Like I worked really hard on my videos, so I'm really glad when I see people like that, to help, that I'm able to help people like that. 41 people watching. This is amazing. Thank you guys so much for checking it all out. If you guys haven't filled out the application form already, make sure you go fill that out. I'm trying to review as many people as I can today. So the link is in the description. So make sure you go fill that out. Subscribe, like the video if you haven't already. I really appreciate all you guys spending the time checking it out. So we're going to go ahead and go to the next person. Yeah, Sarana. Perfect. Finally get to review you, man. So we got you. We're going to put you on 3610, okay? That's the timestamp. We're going to go ahead and get started. So we're looking for my whole game, my playstyle, my mistakes, rotation, game sense, Serana. Cool. And then this is a Wii Transfer League. Perfect. Righty. Let me go ahead and pop this in. And then we'll open up the Fortnite. Also, how do we sign up? There is a link in the description for the signups. You just filled out that application, okay? And then make sure you just submit a good Twitch clip, good YouTube video, replay, whatever. Something that's long, though, that I can work with. I really don't like VOD reviewing montages. Obviously, if that's the only thing you have, that's fine. But it's just super hard for me to do that if you only have, like, 2 minutes of video that I can watch. Cool. What is this for? This is for Fortnite. I am reviewing your gameplay to help you improve. It's free too, so go ahead and fill out the application if you haven't already. I'm trying my best to go through every single person, and maybe you'll learn something that you didn't know about. You're welcome. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. If I can switch to the this, cool. And we're looking for the new replay game. Cool. Please work. Please work. Yeah, there is a problem that I've noticed with replays is if they are out to date. Every Tuesday there's an update, right? If it's out of date, the file will become corrupt and I won't be able to review it. So to prevent that, if you know that your video, if you just recently filled out the application and you know Tuesday is coming up, what I would suggest you to do is take your time to record the gameplay if you can ahead of time, whether it be through PlayStation Share Factory, OBS, with your iPhone, I don't know. Just record it and then upload it to YouTube so I can review it later. Because if it does go corrupt, there's nothing I can do about it. I just won't be able to review it unless you have a recording. So that's just an FYI. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Probably about like a minute. So we can find out what we're doing. And you asked rotations and game sense, playstyle, and mistakes. All right. So this is going to be a really cool classic replay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on 4 times speed like I did in the past, just to see. And if I see anything interesting, I'll just go ahead and pause it. Okay, seems like you're uncontested. This is really good for you. Alright, you know your job spot really well. I like it. "29 seconds on the storm." Let's see what you do. Okay. If I were you right now, okay, with the 10 seconds left on the clock, okay, if I were you, I would avoid this whole entire back section of retail row, even though there's good loot. If you know you're uncontested, then you can go ahead and start like looting in the direction you want to rotate. So in this case, the zone, let's say it's like over here, right? You're trying to go from here to here. Avoid this whole entire backside because you're gonna have a longer rotate. Also, you're by Grotto, right? That's just dangerous. If this is the zone, avoid this area. Go for the houses. Why? Because it's on your way into zone. So you can spend more time looting the houses than you would be able to in the back houses. The blacktop, I should say. So keep on watching. You got some really good loot. 4 times speeded again. Okay, by this time, I think you should be considered rotating. Okay, it's 3 minutes 23 seconds till the zone closes. There's a player. You should always assume there's players Grotto, and as soon as they're done looting, you should assume they're gonna rotate to retail. Why? It's just a safe assumption, right? Look at this. Oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 players in Grotto. 5 players. What's the only way they can go to rotate out if this is an arena and they don't have helicopters? The only way they can rotate would either be here to retail or here. Pretty much. I mean, sure, they could probably rotate to dirty, whatever, but that's just like unconventional. These are the 2 pathways that they're going to rotate, most likely, is toward retail or toward this one like lake house. And they're going to be stacked. They're going to have really good loot. I don't think you want to fight just yet, considering you got really good loot from an uncontested drop. So yeah, you should definitely be looting these houses to get to zone, the front houses. So at this point, you should be considered rotating if you haven't already, especially if you have good loot. So we're gonna close this map if I can. There we go. Four times speeded again. You're going back to the upgrade machine, I think. I think you upgraded your tack. That's good. I always advise people to upgrade their stuff if they can, especially the pump tack. If you can get a purple, it's really, really good. I don't know what you're doing here. You're going away from the zone and you're going to the place where people are, which is Grotto. If this was a scrim or tournament, I would not advise this because you're basically potentially throwing the game. You don't know where people are in the Grotto. You're just assuming that you're going to be able to come out on top. But if you have good loot like this, you don't need to take fights like this. You can just focus on making it to endgame. Alright, good. You're disengaging. You're using it to rotate into zone. I've actually never seen that before. I would still not advise you to do that just because it's so risky to even get close to Grotto. Especially since, like I said before, this is a rotate path that people from Grotto often go to. So I would have just rotated straight from retail into zone, but it seems like you're very knowledgeable of the area, so you do you, you know? Just my suggestion would be not to do that. Oh yeah, there we go. That's why we don't do that. Why? Because people rotate often here. So if we go ahead, right? You're looting in the open, right? You're farming in the open where people often go. And here we go. You're looting the car. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Hear that? That snipe shot, if he had hit you, would have been either 100 damage plus. If it was a headshot, you'd be dead. And that's the game. You would just lose it instantly right there. All that loot that you just spent. Your 7 minutes of game time just ended right there because he hit a headshot on you. How could we have avoided that? Just don't rotate this way. Avoid this whole entire lake entirely. Just go straight from retail into zone if you can. Obviously, you can't do that every game because, you know, retail has people landing there every once in a while. But I would just, in theory, if you can help it, avoid this area if you're not landing Grotto entirely. Just rotate far around. What I mean by this is, here, let me open the map. So here we go. This is this is retail. I would have rotated if I know there's people here, right? If there's a couple people here and you landed back here at Doghouse, I would rotate something like this. Well, maybe not like that exactly. But if there's people here and they're going to fight each other, I would just kind of just hug the side of the map and just make it into that little pocket right there into zone. just leaving them all behind to fight each other. Why? Because if I have good loot, I don't need to take these fights. I can just focus on rotating. I'll be like, see you guys later. Hey, thank you so much for subscribing. Who was that? Let me refresh the stream real quick. I think it was Snap. I don't know who that was, but thank you so much for subscribing. I really, really appreciate it. I'll thank you later if I can find you, or just let me know in chat. I appreciate it. I just submitted my application, Postal Tech Run. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'll try my best to take a look at it today if I can. If I can't today, then I'll have to take a look at it at another time. But we'll try our best. Yes, please leave a like on the stream, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate all the support, you guys. Thank you so much. Actually, we just hit 3,000 subscribers, and that's really, really amazing. So thank you so much. Hey, someone just subscribed again. I don't know who that was. Let me check again if I can catch you. Hopefully this time. Voids, thank you so much for subscribing. OTH, thank you so much for subscribing. Joe Nuge, thank you so much for subscribing. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, OTH Severe, thank you so much. All right, so let's keep on going with the VOD review. So here we go. We determined that we should rotate a different way, right? Don't take this path. Oops, that's huge. I don't know what happened there. Do our best to avoid this whole entire area. Hey, thank you so much for subscribing. SBC Comedy, really appreciate it, man. Do your best to avoid this whole entire area, right? Because if you go in this area, the Grotto people will destroy you like you already see before. So we're just going to go ahead and close the map. Oh my gosh. There we go. And let's see what happens. So now we're in a fight, right? We have to decide whether or not to take this fight or to disengage. And we need to decide whether or not to disengage. In this case, I would say, yeah, it's a pretty good chance to disengage. Why? Because this guy hasn't hit me yet. Look, still 200 health. Why would I take a fight if I can just totally get away from it scot-free? You know, if he hit me, that'd be a different story. I would have to heal, guaranteed he would push me, and we'd be in a fight. But I should disengage. Why? Because if we look at the map again, right? I keep on doing this over and over again. Remember those people in Grotto? Once they finish fighting, once they finish looting, they should be like right here, on their way rotating. If you take a fight right on edge, so many people will come and contest you. Not only from Grotto, if there was other people at Retail Row as well, Lazy Lake rotating in, they all hear the fight and they'd all want a piece of that action. I would not take this fight if I were you. So hopefully you disengage. Let's see. If he doesn't push. Okay, so the other person disengages, right? That's smart. I'm glad he didn't take the fight like a psycho. You should have disengaged too, right? You didn't get shot, and I'd advise you to just not take the fight if possible. Cool. So we're taking all the loot. I noticed you didn't take the blue burst. I guess blue burst is kind of preference. You might actually have a better gun than that. I wish I could see your inventory, but unfortunately I don't think I can in the replay. I'm gonna keep on watching. I don't know what you're doing here. You're kind of wasting time. Like, because you know that the player disengaged over the mountain. If you keep on going in this direction, you're going to find him. You're going to fight him. Why would you go in the direction you know where he is? Right? The zone is right here. And there's literally no loot, no mats, no nothing here. You're just basically looking for a fight if you're going this direction. I wouldn't do that. Because you got away scot-free. You don't want to be punished again. I would just take it and just rotate. And then you know that there's a lot of brick here. If you guys know the area well, there's tons of brick here. You can get max brick. There's a house to loot right here. There's an upgrade machine at Frenzy. You know, there's just a bunch of areas. I would use this opportunity, if you have good loot already, to just base up in a really good area. In this case, what's a good area? Well, let's go ahead and identify the dead center zone, shall we? Well, this would be the dead center zone, like particularly dead. This area right here, like, sorry, let me erase that real quick. This area right here is, I would say, the active side of the area you want to avoid. Because all the players are going to be forced to rotate from these areas inward. Now, obviously, it kind of varies from circle to circle and from bus route, right? If the bus route was going like this way, and it splits the map in half, there might be a lot more players landing at the shark because they might see it's open, and there could be a lot more players like landing up here. So then the dead side of zone would change. This would not be a dead side, and this would not be a dead side. But you know, it kind of varies from game to game. You need to know which way the bus route is going. A lot of people also how much time you have left, right? If you know that there's like 30 minutes left in your game time and the bus route's going like this, you'll know for sure that Slurpy Swamp is going to be a hot drop. Everyone's going to be landing there because they want to get their games done. So with that being said, you'll know that this area is totally an area you need to avoid because there'll be so many people dropping at Weeping, Agency, Slurpy to get their games off. You should land maybe, you know, that retail or Steamy, some areas where people don't really land, because this area right here in its entirety will be completely dead. There won't be anyone there, guaranteed. So I wouldn't go to bridge if I were you, but we're gonna keep on watching. A good spot to base up on, honestly, would probably be like probably here or right here. It's not like fantastic. You're out in the open for sure. Actually, maybe Frenzy's a better spot, but you have the river for rotation. The river goes downhill. If I switch color real quick, the river goes down like this. So if you base up right here, the next zone, if you don't get next zone, you'll be able to take the river onto your next rotate. So all you have to do for this circle is just hide. Don't take any fights if you can't help it, and then just focus on rotating to the next zone, make it to endgame. Like, you can actually hide in the roof of this building. If I open the map again, this house, if I'm not incorrect, actually has a box right here. It always has a box right at that location at the side of the house. You can just sit in that box, do nothing, don't move. There's also a bush right there. That sounds dumb to some people. I'm not going to lie. It sounds dumb to bush camp. But if you have a good loot, you don't need to take fights. Like I've said before, over and over and over again, you could get free placement if you just hide and wait for the next zone. You don't need to be risking your life to take fights that you know you can't win. So we're just trying to make it to endgame here. That should be your focus. Getting mats if you need to. But don't take fights if it's worth, you know, if you have to get mats. If you have to take a fight to get mats, it's not worth it. And this is really applicable to scrims, right? In arena, if you get good loot, sure, W king people is fine. If you know you're going to win. Like if you know your mechanics are really, really cracked. But in tournaments, in scrims, and stuff where you know the opponent is really good, you don't want to be taking risky fights if you can help it. Just take what you have and make the best of it. Endgame is where you're going to pop off. Okay, so you hear a shot. You immediately try to look for the person to engage, and you're looking in the wrong direction. You heard the shot over here, right, on your left, but you're looking at your right. So you missed the opportunity to shoot at the guy in the river. But that's okay. At this point, what should you be doing? Okay, you see him? Good, you laser him. Going back to my scheme. Hit him for 30. Okay, what should you be doing in this position? Should you push him? Answer is no. Why? Did you hit him for a lot of damage? 30 damage, right? You only hit him for 30 damage. Would you want to push him? No. Why? Because the outcome is not certain. You only hit him for 30. That's like not enough to even kill him. If you hit him for 100, yeah, I'd say go for it. But in this case, he shot at someone. You know he shot at someone, which means there's another person, right? We don't know where that person is. So what should we do? Tell you what. Do what he's doing. Base up. Base up in brick or wood or something. Right on the side of this hill, you have high ground. Just base up. Wait for these two people to engage. They're going to fight each other. Once you hear them start fighting, you can make the decision. Should I third party this? Or should I just back off? Right? Because if you just sit here, he has to make a move. He can't even push you because he knows there's a person behind him. So you can just wait for them to fight. That's when you should make your move. Actually, you do actually have an opportunity to back off here. You notice that he's not looking at you anymore. He's not making any moves. He's not shooting at you. At this point, you can say, okay, is it even worth my time to fight these people? Like, should I be using my time better? Should I rotate? Should I get more mass? Should I just disengage? If you say yes to that, yeah, you can just back off. Just go like this, around, go in your opposite directions. You don't even need to take that fight. But if you say, hey, I want to keep going, like I said before, you just wait for them to start engaging and then third party. But I would only third party if you know for sure that people aren't going to like third party you, right? Because if you engage, remember this is a fight that's been long going. If you engage, there's a high chance another player can engage as well. So you need to be prepared for that. So look at zone and how much time you have left. If you can take the fight or not. 39 seconds. That's enough time to fight. But you have to also consider the dead side, right? If you're on an active side of the zone, if you're on edge side of the zone, which you're not, okay? You're not. This is the active side. You're kind of technically on the dead side. You have to decide whether or not it's worth taking the fight. If people will rotate to you. So we'll keep on watching. Good. It looks like you're disengaging, kind of. Maybe getting a different angle. Okay, at this point, you wasted your ammo. He didn't build, so you know he's gone. Which is true. Look, he's kind of with the purple guy. If I turn on player outlines, you'll see. Right? So they're kind of just... He doesn't build, so you know he's no longer in that box. You don't even know where he is anymore. Should you stick around and keep on engaging? Answer is no. I wouldn't do that. Why? Because you're wasting time. You're just literally drawing attention to yourself because you're spraying, and you're getting nothing out of it. So don't do that. Okay, now you see the cone being built. So you know he's there. Have you gotten anything out from what you've done? No. 30 damage. Is he going to heal it off? Probably. Should you still engage? No. Why? Because you're exposed. You need to go base up or do something. Just get away from this area. Good. I'm glad you're doing that. Okay. So now it's the deciding point. Like, what should you do at this point, right? Because we're kind of like ambly, like just walking around looking for something to do. At this point, you should be asking yourself, what's my mats, right? Is my mats 555, like 500, 500, 500? If the answer is no, that should be your number one priority. Okay, get max mats. Number two, look at your loot. Is your loot good? In this case, I assume so, right? Because we passed up on a blue burst and we have a purple tag. So I'd say yes, we have good loot. So in that case, we don't need to look for loot. We just need to focus on our mats. Once the mats are full, you can just base up. And maybe even look to hold people in zone. So I'd say like right here is a good spot maybe. Or maybe even deeper into frenzy. Or even like right where you are, like right here on top of this hill. And just look back at the edge of zone to see if you can catch anybody. Like this guy. Catch him out. No need to go deeper into zone, especially with 147 seconds, right? You're now going down the hill with the storm right there. Moving in. So whatever you're doing, you got to do it fast. Also, if you didn't know already, these are porta potties. Like these will take you into frenzy. Like I believe this one right here will take you to this location. Right on, that's not really good color. Right here. I hope that's better. Yeah, it'll take you from here to here. I would have done that actually if I was you. Just to reposition better. But we'll see. Actually, and the other porta potty right here, I should say, the one to the right, takes you to the bridge, which is also in zone. So you had two options there if you wanted to. But it looks like you're going to... Oh, you spot somebody. Nice. He spots you. Oh, no. What do we do? We're in a very sticky situation. What could we have done to make this turn out from... Oh, right there. Did you see that? He jumped right there. Okay, hopefully you spotted that in game. If you spotted that in game, that's a clear sign. Hey, there's a player there. What should I do? My suggestion would be not to go down like this. Go around like that. Why? Because if you go this way, he'll spot you like before because you're down below. If you go this way, you have the natural cover from the hillside. And then you'll be like right here instead of over here. So you have the angle. You're holding him in zone. He'll be in zone. Like, he'll be like right. You'll be here. He'll be like over here, right? You can hold him right here. He has to come to you. He has to. But instead, you're giving him the opportunity to hold you in zone. So you're giving yourself away. I'm going to zoom, keep on going a little forward. So we spot him, right? He spots you. Now you're in a sticky situation. Okay, so you, thankfully, looks like, I don't know if this is still allowed, but maybe in scrims this is allowed. You guys truce. And you back away. Okay, you wouldn't have to do that actually if you went the other way, like I said before. If you held him in zone, that's a free kill. Pretty much, if you can deal some really good damage before he pushes you, because he's just pushing into zone. He rotated late, so you can punish that. But thankfully, you get away scot-free, right? You were actually in the bad situation, not him. Just because the way you approached that fight. So we're gonna keep on watching. Okay, so you hear fighting going on. Oh my gosh! You lasered him! Okay, cool. So you hear the fighting. That was the people down below, right? They finally fought. And now you want to clean up, which is good. That's what I was talking about to do. So now you see him. He's totally blind. He doesn't know where you are. Oh my gosh. Oh, he should be panicking. Good, good, good. Keep up the pressure. Wait, what should you be doing right now? What should you be doing right now? You should not be sitting on this ramp. You hit him for like a solid 100 damage, and then you keep on pressuring him, which is good, right? Don't shoot the metal, shoot the wood. Unless the metal's like instantly built, the wood will break faster. You shouldn't be sitting here on this ramp. That's a no. You should be running toward him while spraying. Because you know you have the health advantage. You want to keep up the pressure. Pressuring from distance is great and all, but you're not guaranteed to secure the kill. If you keep on pushing toward him, he's forced to do something. Either base up or do whatever. But he has like 0 health. So if he even considers taking the fight, you will 100% win. Okay? Because you're keeping the pressure up. You can't heal. So you should be pushing him right now, applying even more pressure. Finish off that kill. Right, so he manages to pop both minis because you weren't pushing him. And you let off of the pressure because you had to reload. I would have swapped to SMG earlier while pushing him. Keep on pushing. Don't jump. Just keep on running toward him. You want to get into his box. This is a 50-50 you can take if you know that you did 100 damage to him, right? It's not a 50-50 anymore, actually. Like it's more like a 75-50 in your favor. Why? Because they are at 100 health. You are at 200. So unless they hit you at 200, if you play your cards right with the right angles, this is no longer a 50-50. It's a 75-50 in your favor. Or 75-25, I should say. So this is a fight you could take. I definitely advise you to be more aggressive here. You actually fall off the builds. You give him time to heal. That's nothing that you want to do. You still have the health advantage. As far as I can tell, he didn't pop a big, so you still have a 50 health advantage. Let's see what you do. Cool. So he places the wall and you miss. But he floors himself. Cool. He floors himself. So now you have the height advantage. And you're looking for a 50-50 fight right here. Waiting for him to make an edit. Well, what could we do? You know he's going to make an edit. Probably. Because the way his body language is acting, right? It's telling me right here. Oh, I'm going to make an edit on you. Probably a peanut butter. Or I'm going to make a window edit or something. I'm going to try to be more aggressive. Especially since he got the heals off. Well, in your position, what should you do? You should have your crosshair placement on him. This crosshair needs to be on him. So here's the crosshair, right? Pretend that's the crosshair. It should be right on his head. So as soon as he makes an edit, you just punish him. Otherwise, you need to be backing off. While you have your crosshair on him, you should be walking away from his builds and place a wall right here. Right on this area, you should be standing here with a wall right there. Why? Because he's only forced to make one edit. Either this type of edit, like where he edits the top tiles right here, or like a weird left-hand angle. That's the only way he can hit you. And if he does that, you can punish him instantly. Another thing is, you can also just place a ramp on this wall and take his wall. You should be applying pressure right now. Because you don't want him to make that edit. Okay, good. You shot his wall. That's something you can do often with like insta-built metal wall. And I'm glad you walked backward. Oh no! What did you do? You just gave up all the pressure. Right? You just looked away to do what? Are you going to place a wall here? Hopefully you do. Good. That's good you placed the wall there. But you looked down to place the wall, right? When... Oh my gosh, he has the drum gun. Look at that. He's got the drum gun. Okay, so when you know the opponent has a mythic gun that can literally destroy your life instantly. That's the power of the mythic guns, guys. Drum guns are really strong in this meta. you need to be playing way more cautiously. If you know you don't have the health advantage anymore, I would say 50 health is no longer a 75-25. You are like at a 60 to 40 right now. Maybe even like a 55 to like 45. Your lead is so small because this guy you just found out has a really, really good gun. So unless he runs out of mats or something, you have to play your cards extremely carefully. Okay, so you get the wall. That's good. I'm glad you're taking the wall with the shotgun. You're not even giving him a chance to edit, which is perfect. Very good play. Oh, you placed the cone, but wait. What did you do? You ran into his box? And he has the drum gun? You just ran into his box with the drum gun. I wouldn't advise this, especially since, like I said before, you had a 55 to 45% chance of winning. 55 in your favor because of that 50 health advantage. I wouldn't do this. Instead, I would just stand behind your wall, put the cone inside his box, utilize the right hand peek. Just go in and out of cover and just chip away at him until you know for sure that you can finish off this fight. Or maybe even if you go inside, like you run into this box like this, edit the first box of the cone. So here's your cone, right? And pretend these are the tiles. Edit this corner, run into the pocket, and then reset the edit. It's kind of hard to describe, but basically you run into the edit of the cone and you reset the edit as you're running through. It'll phase you through the cone. And if he tries to shoot you while you're in the pocket, he'll shoot the cone. Okay? And you'll be in his face. If he has a shotgun like a pump, you can take advantage of this because he won't be able to shoot another shot until after you fire your shot. So you're going to win the trade. Just something to consider. I always do that in every single one of my games. It's one of my favorite box fighting moves. Hit him for 33. Cool. Oh no, we're losing the trade. This guy actually has really bad aim, which is good for you. But at that point, when you hit him for 33, you should have edited this cone, like as a ramp. So here's him, here's you, here's your cone, right? You need to edit it so it turns into a ramp, blocking you from him. So that way he can't shoot you. As soon as he breaks your cone, build another ramp. So he has to keep on spraying that ramp out. And if you have, hopefully if you have like a decent ping, you'll be able to hold the ramp. As soon as he has to go to reload, he has no kill pressure anymore. You just simply edit the ramp or edit the cone. 100 pump him, 200 pump him, dead. Because otherwise you take damage like this, you potentially risk dying to a drum gun player. And thankfully, he misses all his. Oh my gosh, he also had the mythic drum minigun. Jeez, dude, this guy. Whew. Okay, I don't know what he was doing, but he had some really, really good loot, and he just played that bad. So, but a good player would have punished you right there. So you need to be more careful, okay? Utilize those right-hand peeks. Otherwise, if you go for the 50-50, make sure you're going to win and utilize your cone edits. That'll give you the highest chance of winning. It'll give you, like, from a 55% win chance to maybe like a 60 or 75% simply because you blocked a couple of his shots with that edit on the cone. Okay, so we're going to keep on going. You're healing. And now we're looking to rotate. You heard a gunshot? That came from the bridge, right? So we know these two people are fighting. That also tells you that there's people nearby. And if we open the map again. So if we open the map again, we can tell that there's people here to our left. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? We want to rotate elsewhere. I like that, right? Because we don't want to take this fight. As far as I can tell, you have really good loot now. You have the drum gun, mythic Brutus minigun. You have like so good loot. I would just focus on rotating into zone and potentially holding these fools who are fighting. Right? While they're fighting, you got to free rotate. So just take it. Once you get into zone, you can look back and try to hold them while they rotate into zone. And you could have, potentially gotten 2 kills here probably, because this fight will end up being a one person standing on top, rotating in low. This guy will probably either third party or rotate in. So you have a good chance of getting a kill here if you just rotate and hold them into zone. Keep on watching. So you're looting. Decide to take the heavy sniper. Okay, that's the players right there, right? They're building. Oh! What can we do here? You have a heavy sniper. Well, Honestly, not much, right? If you don't see any snipes on them, like I said before, I'd focus on rotating so you don't get held. You can hold them. They can't hold you. But you do have the heavy sniper. You could potentially, shoot out that ramp so he falls down and sway the whole entire fight. Why would I do that? Because I see this guy has an RPG. Do I want an RPG player in my lobby? No. RPGs endgame suck, right? Guy on high ground just spams rockets and you're all dead. So if you can take him out early, this is one less player in the lobby that has an RPG. So, you could potentially just shoot the ramp, reload, and then continue on your way. You don't need a hard engage. Oh my gosh, you almost hit him actually. So this guy, you should definitely punish. Yeah, I don't even know what he's doing. He's just asking to be heavy sniped. So hopefully you hit it. I don't think you did it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. To practice your snipes, nothing really there to it. Just there's a couple YouTube videos online that tells you what each line marker does. But really, the only way you can practice is just use the sniper more often. You'll just hit more snipes. At this point, now that you've missed 2 or 3 sniper shots on him, you should be thinking to yourself, I'm spending too much time trying to kill these guys. I should just rotate. It's not worth my time. Oops. I clicked the wrong button. Hold on a second, guys. Alright, so yeah, I should be focused on rotating. I'm going to 4 times speed this again so we can get through the rest of this replay. Because we're almost at an hour 20, I think. So now we're rotating. Getting the loot. Okay. Good. You're scanning your surroundings. If I were you, okay, I would be very wary while you're making the rotate. Oops. I skipped too far ahead again. I would be very wary you rotate from frenzy, right? Because you don't know where people are. Because you heard those 2 people. Oh my gosh. Since you heard those 2 people fighting at this bridge, right here, and you're right here, you know that there's players here, but you don't know if there's people here. So I would be scanning my surroundings when you're rotating into zone, just to make sure you're not going to get caught out. You'll be able to react. So that's good that you're doing that. I think you take damage here. I don't see what happened. So 4 times speed again because I messed up. Here we go. You're gonna go around, right? Then you're gonna loot the chest. Skip ahead a little bit more. Here we go. Loot the chest. Scanning the surroundings, very good. You should be looking to your right more at the house. There we go. Okay, you're almost in zone. Almost in zone. Almost in zone. Your first priority before you engage in people should be, am I in zone? If the answer is no, get in zone. Okay? Don't engage when you're outside in zone. Because if they all turn to you, notice that you're not in zone, they will hold you. Your life will become miserable. So once you base up, you can then proceed to pressure them with your minigun. Okay, it doesn't look like you're going to get a kill here. Okay, this is dangerous. You spent so much time minigunning. The minigun is so loud, right? So loud. And you're not building around you. You're just asking someone to laser you, to headshot you with a sniper, something. Do not do this, okay? You need to base up first. Make sure you base up in brick or something. Not wood. Brick is good. And then you can go ahead and do this. Don't do this in the open, please. You're, like I said before, you're just asking to get sniped. See, we just heard a heavy sniper to your left. This is your call to be very wary. Okay, so now you're hard engaging because you want to clean up. Hopefully you get a kill here. So they drop down, right? That's a good natural reaction from them. I mean, I don't think I would want to be spammed out. Okay, so now here's the decision, right? You don't know where they are. You kind of know where they are, but you don't know, like, who to keep on focusing. Okay, what you're doing here is good. But, like I said before, that heavy sniper player, as soon as they hear your minigun, they can turn around and try to snipe you, especially since you're jumping around. You need a build, right? Maybe build a 1x1 literally right here in this square, 1x1, and then edit the floor so that it's like a corner right here. And then you can look down and spray. That way, the heavy sniper would have to have 2 heavy snipers or break the wall first before he can snipe you. So you'll have at least more warning. Because otherwise, you know, you're kind of like at the mercy of the snipers. So now he's contesting you for height, I think. Never mind. Good pressure. Okay, at this point, you got nothing out of this whole entire engagement. You still haven't killed him. You need to decide whether or not taking this fight is worth it. Because you haven't gotten any damage on them. All you're doing is spamming at their builds, and you're making such a loud amount of noise. Like, look at this. These players are already looking inward at you, right? So you need to be very careful. You need to decide, can we take this fight or not? Well, like I said before, look at your mats. Look how much time you have at the circle. Look at your guns. Have you done any damage to them? Answer, no, I haven't done any damage. Is my mats good? I assume so. Is my loot good? Yes. How much time do I have? A minute. So can I take this fight? In theory, yes, because you have a minute. But if you don't get any damage in the next 20 seconds, you should be rotating. I would not advise you to stick around any longer because you've been here for literally like a minute and people are going to be starting to look at you now. Especially since you haven't gotten any damage on them. I would say it's, you know, it's important to know when to disengage and when to engage. There he is. Okay, now you're getting close to the people. You heard them, right? You heard the people over here. That should be your clue to be like, oh snap, I need to build there, or I need to move away because I don't want to get shot. I think those guys are playing super safe actually. Yeah, they're not shooting you, which is good. That's good. I wouldn't break this tree. Don't break this tree. That's the only protection you have to hide line of sight from those guys that you were pressuring from below. If you break this tree, those guys can start spraying you because they'll know you're there. So leave the tree up there and continue pressuring those other guys. And you broke the tree. Okay, so now you're pressuring 2 different people. Are you going to take these people out or are you going to take these guys out? You need to decide. You have to 100% commit or not at all. I've said this before in my last VOD review yesterday or Saturday, but you need to make sure that you fully commit or not at all. Otherwise, you know, you're going to be stuck in a situation like this and you're not going to get any kills. And you take damage. Here's the grappler player. Good immediate reaction to base up. People are starting to rotate into zone. You know that the person behind you just rotated. Hey, thank you so much for subscribing. Who was that? Let me check real quick. Who was that just subscribed? Ela Perguni student. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. And I'm sorry if I butcher your name. I really appreciate it, man. So yeah, make sure you don't focus too much. You know that they rotated. You can do the launch pad or something. We're going to speed this up a little bit. Good. You know they disengaged. I'm assuming you were looking for the launch pad. If you don't find it, you know there's people behind you. I wouldn't start spraying these guys. Why? Because the people behind you can start shooting you. So base up first, remember. Good. Good. Hold them. Hold them in zone. That's so weird at it. Okay, we're going to one-time speed this again. Okay, you get the kill because you held them. Very good. Very good. Okay, no. No, 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 no. Why would you go for this loot? So that's a question you need to ask yourself. Is it worth it for me to go get this loot? Look at your mats and look at your loot. Number 1, do you have very good loot? Do you need it? No. Is your mats good? I assume based on what you're building with, yes. You're building with wood and metal. So you're saving your brick, which is good. So you should, in theory, have like 300 wood, 300 metal, maybe 500 brick. That's perfectly fine. Do I need to go get this loot and risk dying for it? No. Now you hear a player. To your left, right? You hear a player. Your immediate reaction should be like, oh crap, I just messed up. I need to build and get out. Because now I put myself in a position where I could take damage. Before it was free, now this is a dangerous situation. You also see this guy looking at you. You need to build and get the heck away. This is what I said before. You don't want to go for the loot if you can help it. You didn't need it. So why put yourself in this situation to begin with? So there you go. He shoots at you. That's what I'm talking about. And you should have built a little sooner, I think. Because you hurt him. So this whole entire engagement could have been avoided if you just didn't go for the loot. And the worst thing you can have is if people also hear the engagement and start spamming you with rockets. So thankfully it's not you. But if it was you, that'd be bad. So now look, he's literally going back to your old builds. He's going back to your old builds. If you had sat there, instead of going for the loot, you could have killed him instantly. Just held him because look, he's going directly toward you. But you should know now, this is your wall. Right? You could pressure him like this, but this is your wall behind him. All you have to do is place a floor piece, walk around, and make the edit. Like, he doesn't even know this is your wall. So you could catch him by surprise 100%. This is a free kill. Like, right now, you should be walking to that wall and editing it. Especially since that guy to your left, this guy, I think that's him. He hasn't engaged you yet. But remember, he tagged you. So he still potentially could be spraying you if he thinks it's worthwhile for his time. So you should be very careful here. Finish the fight as fast as you can. And definitely utilize those older builds. Okay, you just let him take high ground on you. In your own builds. That's really sad. Yeah, I mean, nothing you could have done there, honestly. But like I said before, you had control of that wall. You could have just ended the fight right there and then. So now he's launch padding. I believe you have zone, right? I think you have zone. As soon as you see zone, you should be building. Okay, expanding your territory. People have to come to you. So you want to be able to catch those players rotating. Either build up 3 layers, build out. You know, you want to get as much property as you can right now if you're in zone. And cover your back as well, right, with a wall. Because I'm actually getting very, very nervous that the player behind you with the burst is going to destroy you. So if this is you, and you're 1x1, right? This is you, and you're shooting like this, and you have your cone like this. Place a wall right here, and maybe to your side like this. So that way, like right here, this should be a wall, and right behind you should be a wall. That way, the only way they can shoot you is from the storm. There has to be someone in the storm, or right in front of you. But if it's right in front of you, you should be able to see them, right? So you should be able to react accordingly. Because I'm getting nervous right now, man. You're going to get sprayed out. Okay, I'm glad you repositioned. You went back down below. That's a little safer. Okay, at this point, I think you should be playing a little more far back in your cone. Because this wall right here can be broken super easily since it's just recently built metal. Someone can snipe you. So you should be playing back farther into your cone. So here's your cone, right? Like this is the cone. And then here's your edit. You should be standing like right around here or maybe over here to utilize like the peak angle. Or even re-edit the cone so the cone is like this instead. And here's your edit. And then that way you have the right hand peak. Because you don't want to be doing left hand peak if you can help it, right? That's just like nitpicky stuff, but I mean, in the end of the day, it might matter if you get sniped or something. So good, you're spraying him, keeping the pressure. Okay, this guy is gonna die, probably, if you have 2 people spraying him. So he's gotta back off. Good pressure from the other opponents. Notice that you're spraying and you're not aware of your surroundings, especially with the minigun. If you're spraying, you can't hear at all. So you're keeping the pressure, that's good. Keep it up a little bit more. Okay, you gotta be aware of your surroundings. You literally let them, they shot a rocket at you before, so now you should be aware that people are looking at you. You should expand backward. Why? As long as you're like, I think you're center zone, expand a little closer to the zone so that you don't get spammed by these guys. If you make one more 1x1, so here's your 1x1 that you're in, If you make one more to the side of you and enter this one, and then place like a ramp here or something, they have to break through 2 walls. 2 walls instead of 1. So you have a lot more protection, and now you can focus those guys in front of you right here. So it's a lot safer in my opinion, for you to do. So yeah, expand. No! You should be in this box right here. This one right here. Not here. Why? Because this box is still a 1x1. You have no protection from the guy like that was just spraying you. He could continue to spray you because he has an angle on you. If you stay here where my X is, he doesn't have any angle on you at all. He has to break through the first box in order to get to you. So, because of this whole entire fiasco, you miss out on a kill, I think, on the guy you were pressuring before with the minigun. Yeah, that's okay. See, there you go. Now you're in the box you should be in. Good pressure. Okay, at this point, as soon as you notice that he's turbo building, he's not going to stop, you need to just back off. Oh my gosh, he just dropped into your box. Oh my gosh, what the heck, man? Alright, look at it. Look at it. Some guy gets, like, literally dropped into your box. He just gets dropped into your box. What should you be doing at this point? You got your minigun out. I mean, your drum gun. Kill him. Immediately turn your attention to him. Spray the heck, just destroy him. And if he pulls out a shotgun, you own the cone. You own the wall. You just build. You just reset it. You get free damage here right here. Especially since he has his builds out. You don't even know what's happening. Good piece control. I'm glad you boxed him in, but you forget the wall, and he's able to escape. You could have immediately pressured him with the drum gun instead. But that's fine. You just miss out on a kill. That's what I mean by being aware at all times during endgame. You know there's a player below you? Oh, yeah. Gotta run. Good pressure, though. Keeping it up on this annoying guy. You see the launch pad? You see the launch pad? You shouldn't be focusing on damaging him now. You should be focused on breaking that. Because he's literally in not a good position. If his only source of transportation to disengage is broken, he's stuck there. He has to hold. He has to take all your abuse. He has to take all your minigun spam. There's nothing he can do to escape. So you have to focus the launch pad, not him. Because yeah, he's going to try to escape. And he manages to get away. So now you didn't get the kill. Now obviously you're not going to be able to always get it if he's holding the wall. That's a little dangerous, but it is what it is, right? You just try your best to break the launch pad, and if you can't, then at the end of the day, you tried your best. At this point, you should be looking at the zone and deciding, hey, can I hold these guys? Can I afford to? Or should I focus on rotating the zone? If your answer is yes, you can hold it in zone. You can hold this guy. You should be looking at your inventory. Say, hey, do I have a launch pad? If the answer is yes, I have a launch pad. You can hold this guy. If the answer is no, I don't have a launch pad, maybe not. You should also be thinking, my mats. Do I have a lot of mats? Do I don't have a lot of mats? Do I need to take this fight? Can I avoid it? Do I have floppers? Do I have heals? If I have med kit or something, I can potentially take storm damage to hold him. But you have to think about this stuff, right? If this is not a worthwhile fight, I would not take this. I would just focus on rotating. Alright, so you're still pressuring the team guy. Okay, I thought he escaped. I guess not. He's a little more silly than I thought. I would not stay. This guy's playing really badly. I would not stay where the minigun player is. If you're just going to get spammed out. I would have dropped down into the river where you can't see him because of the natural cover. That's what I would have done if I was in his shoes and just swim away. But, unfortunate for him. Okay, at this point, I think you're getting, impatient. You're deciding to push him. Of course, you forget that he has a rocket and he shoots at you, so you're forced to base up. Now you're back on low ground. Okay, what should you be doing? Don't stay here. Terrible spot. Terrible, terrible spot. People can pressure you. So you should just place a ramp and go up a layer. I think you're launch padding here. Yeah, you are. Okay, good. Thank God. You don't want to be there anymore. Okay, that just also means the player behind you can rotate freely. But that's fine. Alright. You base up. What should you do? You're getting spammed. Expand. Don't stay into the 1x1. You're literally sitting in like a 1x1 like this, right? You need to expand like one more layer. Remember, if someone's spamming you, you just simply expand one more box in the opposite direction that they're spamming you. And in this case, because you're there first, you have the advantage of being able to take over as much area as you can. So that means you have the freedom to keep on expanding. Or you can even like build up more or something. Just take as much territory as you can and hold people rotating in. All you have to do is just prevent getting spammed out. Because now, because you're forced to take that big pot, hear all those people gliding? Those are kills. Those are people you could spam with your minigun. You're missing out on it because you took damage. See, this is also why you don't want to just sit on low ground in 1x1. You want to build, because otherwise people on low ground will also focus you, and you'll never be able to get that big pot off. Okay, you need to be careful. Why? Because there's also people to your right. There's this guy right here. I would immediately reset this wall. Because you're not going to get anything out of this. Maybe, you can maybe edit a smaller window. That's fine. Like an actual window, not a full-on edit, like a square edit. That will, protect you a little more. Alright, so there's a lot of action happening behind you. You see this player right there. These are all kills you could get, remember? Because you're focusing people in storm, not people rotating in. You're missing out on a lot of kills. These are all free kills on people rotating toward you because you're already in storm. You're already looking at people in storm, but you're here. You could get kills from people rotating inward. So just be aware of that. Remember, people rotating inward are literally free kills. Especially this guy. This guy is literally so free. Pull out your minigun, destroy him. Good. If you're in zone at this point, you could potentially take the wall because he has nowhere to go. He can edit out this way, but you have control of this wall. You can just catch him, and he's going to be running straight into more players. So he has to edit through this wall. You know that. So what you should be doing is placing a cone there, placing a floor here, and placing walls all around, getting piece control. So the only way he can go out is either up or straight forward. If he goes straight forward, he's dead. Easy as that. If he goes up, then you don't have to fight. You just disengage and just continue tunneling. There we go. See, I told you he rotated the bad way. He rotated out this way. And because of that, he's getting focused by a lot of people and he's in more fights. So I don't know what he's doing. There you go. He's dead. At this point, you should look at your mats, say, hey, since the loot's right there anyways, is it worthwhile to grab that mats and then grab the med kit to heal up later? If it is, go for it. If not, rotate. Always be on your toes, right? You should be covering your right side now because you know that there's players that were potentially up there spamming rockets and looking back at you. You should be covering this with a wall. And then also covering your top because you see this player. This guy's actually not going to be looking at you yet, but maybe one more floor piece, he will. So you need to be wary of that. Maybe even shoot him down. Oh, you messed up. You placed the ramp instead of jumping on the launch. That's fine. You don't need to go back on it. You can actually, because you saw that guy base up, right? You saw him like in this type of tunnel. You know that for sure he's content just sitting on the level he is. You can actually go up and just ramp up and contest him. You don't need to take that launch pad because if you take the launch pad, you'll be too high. You won't be able to land on top of him. He can just spray you. So you're actually fine here. You didn't need to take it. Because if you had gone height with a minigun is literally like game over. So many kills, free win. It does look like you still win the game though, so let's keep on watching. Oh, he launches too, so he doesn't hold you. That's good. He could have killed you there. So he lands on top of you. You put down the cone. You're actually stuck here. You need to be careful because if this player's good, he'll just edit you down and you're dead. Good. He doesn't do it. Going for height. Very good. Like I said before, I don't know what this guy was doing. He had height. He didn't need to take the launch pad. So, kind of confused on that, but... Connect. Good. You need to be scanning your surroundings. Assert dominance with that minigun, man. Okay, as soon as you hear people trying to shoot you down, you pull out that minigun and you bully them. You say, hey, no, I'm the boss here, not you. Get the heck away. This is my height. I'm going to win the game. That's what you need to do, okay? You need to be bullying them. Don't even give them the chance to heal. Don't give them the chance to shoot back at you. Good. Get that kill. Connect to that metal right there. See that right there? You should be building over with cones and floors, connecting to that. So that way you can't get shot down. Then you should be looking back into storm to catch the guys rotating. You'll still have height, and you have the minigun. Should be an easy win. Connect. No, you didn't connect. Alright. So if you went over there, like I said before, you'd have a different angle. You'd be far more to the left, and you'd literally be holding them in storm compared to this, where you can only hold them for maybe like 2 seconds before the storm comes in. If you went more into the circle, he would be held in storm. You can just hold him in storm. He will take storm damage, and if he doesn't like turbo build to deflect your minigun spam, he will die to your minigun. Right? He'll either take storm damage for free, or he will die to your minigun. That's what you should have done. Gone farther into the zone to hold him. Because now you can only hold him for 2 seconds, and that's not enough pressure to get the kill. Okay. So now you're forced to rotate here, right? But this player is actually really stupid. I mean that in like a constructive way. He should have built inward. He should have tunneled. Just like full on tunneled. Wasted all his mass just to get in. Because now look, you dropped him and he's stuck. He can't even shoot you. He's dead. The game's over. You won. Bad play by him. But, you know, honestly, if he was a good player, this, like I said before, holding him more inside in storm, that would have benefited you a little bit more than this. Because now, like I said before, you're forced to rotate or take storm damage. So it also varies from case to case, right? Not everyone is going to be good. Not everyone is going to know what to do in Endgame. But, you know, if he had tunneled in more, you would have been in a sticky situation. Because you couldn't continue to hold him. So I believe he's going to take more storm damage here. He's probably going to be on like, what, 30 health? And you're going to just pick him off. See how you're like ahead of zone now? This is what you wanted to do beforehand. And there you go. He dies to storm. Unfortunately, I don't actually know if you get the kill or not. I think you do. Yeah, you do. That's good. But just for, you know, in the future, that's what you should have done. Was built ahead of zone earlier. So that you didn't even have to risk taking the storm damage. You didn't even have to risk throwing the game. 100% or not at all, right? So build ahead of the zone. Get that kill. And there was a lot of stuff that we covered in the game. I think you're a very good player. But definitely, you know, when you have good loot, when you have a totally uncontested drop, you don't need to take those fights. You don't need to take anything risky. Just play for endgame and you will do good. Simple as that. Okay? With that being said, we're going to move on to the next person after I check out the stream. Let's go ahead and say hi to all you guys. All right, let's see. Sparrow Season, thank you guys for checking out the stream again. Lo-Fi Kasu, Galio 2000. EJ Ty, One Denick, Evervent. How you guys doing? Thank you guys so much. Benji Plays. Yo, Eco, just wanted to say your videos have helped me improve in comp a lot. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad that my videos are helpful to you. Sup? How you doing, Lo-Fi Kasu? Core Channel. How you doing, man? Good to see you're still here. Thank you for VOD reviewing me. You're very welcome, dude. I hope I was able to help you. I found you last week ago, and I'm so glad you help a lot. Hey, dude, I'm so grateful I'm able to help you. I'm just so glad I'm able to give back to this amazing community. So thank you so much for finding my channel, I guess I should say, and supporting me. Great tips. Thank you. It's Alex Victor. I really appreciate it, man. And I'm glad I'm able to help you. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next person. I think we have time for one more person. This was a lot more lengthy of a review. And that's totally fine in my opinion. I'm glad I'm able to help people like this with a full review. It's just time, right? So unfortunately we're unable to get to all 29 of you today, but that's fantastic. That means we can have another stream and keep on giving back to you guys. So in the future, I'll probably have another stream later. Like I said before though, on the We Transfer thing, if you guys are posting like VOD reviews, right? If you're posting VOD reviews, or sorry, We Transfer link, sharing your VOD with me, remember that every Tuesday the VOD goes corrupt. So make sure if you're uploading your VODs from last week, make sure you record it or upload a Twitch, YouTube channel, whatever, because I won't be able to view it afterward. So make sure you're careful, okay? All right, so we're gonna move on to the last person for today, I believe. Maybe one more person, depending on how long this takes. We're gonna look at, hey, Blaze Thanatos, thank you so much. I remember you, man. So we want to know mistakes and making it to endgame. Cool. And we got a WeTransfer link. Cool. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of replays. Um, Give me 1 second, guys. While I get this set up, I'm gonna keep on reading chat. So, can we make a Discord before you go? Please just answer. I am thinking about making a Discord in the future. It's just a little difficult for me to set it up right now because I need mods, and actually I've never run a Discord server before. So it's definitely on my, list to do. I'm definitely considering it, but it's just a little difficult for me to set it up right now. So I'll probably work on it in the future. Okay, so we're not ending the stream yet. We still have like one more review, and I'm trying my best to set this up real quick. So let's keep on opening this up. Extract all. And we're going to go ahead and just grab this one replay. So game one replay. And I did see a chat message asking me how I was able to get these VOD files. Basically, all you have to do is share the VOD with me, and I'm able to see it from your perspective. It's actually a really cool feature they added into Fortnite, if you didn't know that. So let me go ahead and open this real quick and place this into my file. Okay, and then refresh. We'll go ahead and switch over to, oh wait, I forgot to fill this out. So play for endgame if you get good loot. Don't forget to utilize peace control and be aware of your surroundings constantly. Hold people in zone and be aware whether or not you should take a fight or disengage. Okay, there we go. I believe this was called game 1, right? All right, we're going to go ahead and go on to the next player. Let's see. Can we go through submissions so we can see who's next? Yeah. So after we go through Blaze Thanatos, we'll hit up Sparrow Season. Hey, I saw you in chat. So cool. We'll go over you next. And then everyone else, like I said before, you guys can stick around and watch and learn something from this. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next live stream. And remember, this will always be a YouTube video, so you can always go back and watch this again if you want to learn something, okay? So, cool. We're going to go on to Blaze Thanatos and see how we're going to help you, man. Mistakes, making it to endgame. Cool. So, let me go ahead and switch over to the scene real quick so you guys can see. There we go. Sorry, my throat's getting really dry. I need some water. Oh, also, if you guys haven't followed me on Instagram already, please make sure you go do that. I'm really close to 100 followers, and it's actually amazing how fast we're growing. Make sure you follow me on Instagram because I always post on my story announcements when I'm about to go live. So if you guys want notifications when I plan to go live next, that will be your place, okay? Now he'll never see this. I really wanted to set it up, and I always wanted to be helpful in this stream. Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I already have mods though, so I really appreciate the the support to begin with, though. And in the future, you know, maybe I'll we can see what will happen. Okay. So thank you to begin with. So we'll keep on going. So we're looting. A lot of people on the edge right there. I'm gonna go a little faster, just for the sake of my voice. I'm actually starting to lose it. Okay, so we see a player here. Go back to 1 time speed. A little bit of a risky spot, actually. Let me see where the boat drops. Because I don't know why there's so many people here. That's actually like a really unknown spot, as far as I know. Okay, it looks like it's going from here to here. So the only reason why people will go down here is for Slurpee and the rig. Right? Let's see. Going from, yeah, top down. So there shouldn't be too many people. I don't actually know why there's so many people that drop down there. I guess it's just unlucky. So we're going to keep on going. Because honestly, yeah, this back house is like hardly anybody there. But you should always be aware, okay? Always be aware that people 90% of the time will land at the rig, will land at Slurpee, and there always probably will be someone landing at that lumberjack house, okay? So be aware. You're basically cornering yourself here. You're going to have to take fights if you land here. So that's just the problem with this location. If you don't like the taking fights, then consider landing somewhere else. You can watch my early game video. I talk a lot about how to decide your drop spot, and that'll help you out. So just be aware of that next time you choose a drop spot. So we're looting. Nice. I do like this spot though. The loot is pretty decent, especially with these slurps. You have guaranteed shield. I mean, the loot is okay though. Like, you only have a SMG as far as I can tell. Now you have a pump. That's good. Okay, now we spot a player right around here, I think. Pure chest. Okay, maybe we don't see a player just yet. Okay, I think we see him like right about here. Wait a minute. Okay, find the minis. Hear him? Good. What the heck was that? He just like teleported. I don't know what that was. I mean, he like turbo jumped, but maybe it's a replay glitch. Okay, good. Looking through the... Oh, he's below? Okay. I thought he was inside the building as well. Okay. So that guy kind of just... I don't know. He had like a really late drop, or maybe he landed rig and tried to swim away. Either way, free kill for you, I guess, right? Dancing, nice. I like it. Okay, get the henchman. I don't know why Team Tina is there. That's kind of weird. As far as I knew, she landed on the rig, but I guess not. Nice. So now you're gonna go to the rig to clean up, maybe? Okay, alright. This is what I'm talking about before, okay? About the positioning. Look at the storm, okay? 3 minutes, 7 seconds of storm coming in. And then look at where you are. This is how you make it to endgame. Do you notice how far away you are from the storm? You are max distance from the circle. If you go to this rig location every single time, and you're consistent about it, and you know you can get to the vault, that's good. Do it. But in this situation, you also need to be aware of where the circle is, because you're not always going to have it. Going to the vault, it might be good if you have the circle, or it's like a little closer, right? Like over here. Oops, that's really bad. So either you have the circle, or it's like over here or over here. That's fine. But since it's max distance, you need to take that into consideration and say, hey, maybe I need to sacrifice not going to the vault. It might not be worth it, right? But you should know that, like, if you have a really bad rotate, it's better to give up loot than just to die. So we're gonna watch. Because remember, you can always get better loot later. There's always opportunities. Okay, so we're gonna get some. Oh my gosh, what the heck did you do? I think you spotted a player and then you freaked out and you shot your RPG, but you also took damage. So let's watch that again. Yeah, so you spotted the player and you shot the RPG and you took 50 damage. That's bad. Okay, at this point you see you did no damage to him. You scared him off entirely. He doesn't want to fight. You should go back down there, take your big pots, take your heals, take all the loot, and then take the porta potty out. Like, it's not worthwhile to keep on engaging. Good. You're doing exactly that. Very good. Hopefully you'll be able to get all this loot, okay? I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Okay, looks like you're going back to the fight. Like I said before, don't do this. If you want to make it to endgame, you need to be looking at the clock. 2 minutes, 10 seconds. If you take this fight, and you're not guaranteed to end it in 10 seconds, don't take it. Just rotate, okay? Take the porta potty if you know where it goes. I actually don't land at the rig at all, so I don't really know where it goes, but if it takes you further into zone, take it. Otherwise, take the boat or something. Just get into zone. Don't take this fight, okay? Not a very smart fight to take. So now you're looking for him. You're wasting even more time. At this point, if you can't find him, disengage completely. Just rotate. Rotate, rotate, rotate. It's not worth your time looking for him. Because sure, you might get a kill, but you're ultimately going to die to storm damage. Or get really, really low and then die to someone else. Okay. Let's keep on watching, okay? So he decides to build up. I like the pressure here. This is good pressure. Pressuring the corner destroys everything, right? Like, let me pause this. If we go back a little bit, shooting this corner right here, or this corner of the box will destroy the floor, the cone, and the walls. And possibly if there's a ramp in there, the ramp as well. It's really good to pressure that. But at this point, you should consider, what's my next plan? Once I either get a rocket into his box, or he disengages entirely, or builds up, what should be my plan? You should have a plan for every one of those situations. Because you're literally going to be fighting in storm in 20 seconds. You need a plan. You're going to be, okay, you need to be thinking to yourself, either I'm going to psycho into his box right now, end the fight entirely, or I'm going to kill him and then die in storm. What is my plan? Like, you need to have something here. Don't just wildly fight somebody because you can. Okay, there we go. He builds out because he sees you're reloading. And you didn't build a wall here. It's good that you reacted like you did. You missed the ramp here, okay? And yeah, you ramp yourself off. That's timing, but that's okay. At this point, you don't have height. You really should be asking, can I disengage? If I can, will I be able to get out alive? The answer is yes, I can disengage and get away because there's a boat or a porta potty or, whatever. Do it. Okay, now's the time. Edit down on your floor, box up and run. Because you don't have height anymore. You don't have any kill pressure. The next question is this. If I cannot escape, do I have other alternatives? Can I disengage with a launch pad? Do I have grappler? Do I, if I can't escape, what's my other options? If your only option is to fight, because in this situation, at this point, you're pretty much putting yourself into that situation because you took a fight with Storm on you. He's not going to let you go now that he has height. You have to fight. Okay, you're either going to disengage earlier, which you didn't, or you're forced to fight. Hey, thank you so much, Electro Gamer. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for subscribing. Really appreciate it, man. So you're forced to fight, and he just ramps you. You should cone this, okay? Next time you go for a high ground retake, cone your stuff so you can't ramp over you. So now you're forced to build up. You should be protecting your top because if he's on top of his ramp, right? So you're here. If he's like this, looking down at you, and you're right here, free shot, right? Boom, dead. You just took like 100 damage. So let's see what he does. You need to protect yourself. Maybe do a Twifo cone. If you don't know what a Twifo cone is, look it up. It's basically like an extra floor right here with like a that doesn't really make sense. So let's say there's a ramp, right? Like this. You put a wall right here, and then there's a second wall, and then there's a cone on top of that. It's kind of hard to draw that, but basically just look it up. That would be really useful here to prevent him from ramping over you. I don't even know what he does. Maybe he actually has a brain and decides, hey, I just lost height. Or maybe he looked at the storm and is like, oh crap, I'm dead. Right? So at this point, if you don't hear him and you think he disengaged, it's time for you to disengage too. Okay? He decided it's not worthwhile fighting you when he had the advantage. That tells you one thing. You're boned. It means he doesn't want to fight you anymore. You shouldn't fight him. You need to rotate. So, start rotating, buddy. Start rotating. Don't reload that RPG. It takes too long. Start swimming. Take the boat. Take the porta potty. Get out of there. I don't think you have any white heels. Yeah. You're taking weight. Oh, no. You're still fighting him. Oh, you're still fighting him. No. What did I say before? No, don't do this. Don't do this. Oh, man. It's okay. This is why we're learning, right? So you're looting. You're trying to look down because you think he dropped. At this point, if he did drop down into the water, he'd be gone. He would have swam, man. He wouldn't be down there anymore. So you should have followed him as well. But he's actually still on the rig. And he catches you off guard. You fire the rocket. You don't even hit him because you shot too far. You should look a little more downward, right, to hit the floor, not the wall. But that's okay. At this point, you're pretty much dead. You have to either get into his face and destroy him, or you're going to die. That's the situation you're in right now. You have like a 20%, 10% chance to live. Unless you have like floppers, you have 10% chance to live right now. Why? Because he has the health advantage. You're sitting in storm, taking damage. And if you don't end this fight instantly right now, you're going to die. That's why we don't take fights, guys, in storm. Like, that's why you don't take fights, period, when you know that the circle is far away. This is a really good example, okay? Because he was here, right? You looted all this area. You got a kill too. I would have, as soon as I saw that the circle was max distance, immediately start rotating, okay? Don't even loot the rig. It's not worth it. Too many people, too many different variables. Because you spent the time to loot the rig, that one simple decision to go there because you had the card ended up basically making you die. Okay, you could say, oh, I made micro decisions. I failed the RPG shot. You know, I missed him. I scuffed my edits, whatever. Doesn't matter. The macro is that you, like the macro decision right here, to go to the rig instead of rotating to zone is what costed you the game right then and there. Okay, so you need to know these decisions, why you make them and stuff like that. If you can see the bigger picture, you will improve, okay? Micro is understandably an important part of the game. But if you can understand your macro, which is your rotates and why you do certain things, you will greatly improve, okay? So don't go to the rig if you know there's max distance, rotate. Be smart. Especially if you did go to the rig, you should know that you have a timer, okay? You have that timer right here that lets you know when the next zone is coming. So you have like 30 seconds maybe to loot up and rotate. You know during those 30 seconds, you only have 30 seconds to loot. You shouldn't be looking for a fight if you can help it. So remember, if people engage on you, okay, that's a different question. You have to fight. But if you are trying to engage on other people and you have the option to disengage, don't engage. Just rotate if you know you have to go. And that's only if you decided to go to the rig. Like I said before, this all could have been avoided if you noticed that you had such a far rotate from your original landing spot. Yeah? So that's just something to consider in the future. Of course, you can still loot the rig, right? If you do get the key card, if you had a closer zone. But because you had the max distance one, you couldn't. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And also, you have to know when to disengage. You just kind of stayed at this fight for way too long. You overcommitted. And at one point, your whole entire like chances of winning went down the drain. As soon as the storm came in, like literally right on you, and you lost height, that was the time where your whole entire win condition, your only chance to kill him, just went down the drain. Like your chances of winning just went from maybe 50%, 40%, down to 10 instantly because you lost height and because storm was coming and you had no rotation, like no rotational potential at all. So make sure you know your inventory, know what you have to work with, your limits, um, and definitely know when to rotate and when to give up certain stuff. Okay, so we'll go back to the chat and see how you guys are doing. When is you review gameplay basically? Oh yeah, VOD review. Yeah, so you basically just look at your videos and you see what you're doing wrong and what you can learn from it. Hey, what's up, Toasted? I appreciate you coming back to check out the stream. I really appreciate it, man. I love you, One Up Eco. Hey, thank you guys so much. Frosty Flames, Galio 2000. You're gonna continue these submissions before tomorrow's reset. Um, I'm gonna do one more submission, guys, but for the sake of my voice, I'm actually starting to lose it. Um, that's gonna be it for today. So I'm gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna take a break. So if you guys have a replay from this past week, the reset is tomorrow. Make sure you guys record your gameplay, okay? YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, Instagram, iPhone, whatever, okay? Make sure you save it, you record it, and that's how I'll be able to review it. Dominic S. If I sent you the replay now, would you be able to review it still in this stream? The chances of me reviewing it is pretty slim because I'll only be reviewing. I review in order, so whoever submits it on a first come first turn basis, that's who I review. So if you just submitted it, the likelihood of me seeing it is pretty low, but that's okay. I will have another stream in the future, but just make sure, like I said before, if it's a replay, you record it because if it goes corrupt, I can't view it. How do you see VOD reviews? There's an option in your Epic Games launcher to share it with other people. There's like a file. I also have it in the application form. You can see it. So if I sent my replay earlier, I should be able to resubmit. I would have to wait a longer time because the old one is going to be corrupt. Yes. Unfortunately, that's just how it works, Meep. But I will get to you guys eventually. So just make sure you send in the YouTube videos, Twitch stream videos. Okay, that's like the safest bet, honestly. And of course, if someone's file goes corrupt, right, and I'm unable to view it, or it's like a montage or something, and I'm unable to view their footage and really like do it, I can go faster. I can skip them. I can only VOD review a certain small amount, right? So it's not too bad. Thanks for the help. Wanabiko, now I will go because it's bedtime in India. I live in India, by the way. Hey, thank you so much for checking out the stream. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, so if you haven't already recorded your stream or your footage, go do it now. Go do it now because tomorrow it will go corrupt. I gotta go. All right, Galio. Thank you so much for checking out the stream. I appreciate it, man. All right. Blaze Thanatos. We're going to talk about it. Blaze. Oh, wait. I forgot to record the timing. No. My bad, Blaze. I'll have to go back into the VOD later and... Oops. Go back into the VOD and do that. Write it down for you. But don't worry, guys. When this video goes back up live, I'll have all the timestamps up. So if you guys want to go back to a certain section of the video, you can. So work on rotations, understand macro, and when or when not to go for loot. Focus on timings and zones, when to engage and disengage in fights. This will help you so much to help you make it into endgame, okay, Thanatos? If you follow these instructions and you improve on your macro, understand when zones are coming, how much time you have to fight, when you should disengage, when you should engage, you will improve and you will make it to those endgame scenarios, okay? I guarantee it. It will take time, but you will get there, okay? All right. We're going to move on to the next person. Last and final person of today. Sparrow season. Solos is bad. Very nice. All of it, and give me ideas on how I can improve in decisions. But we transfer link. Cool. Just go ahead and grab this and pop it into my replays. Can you VOD review today or are you ending stream? I am going to VOD review Sparrow. Don't worry. You're the last person for today though, okay? Just wanted to let you all know. Don't worry, I will be streaming some more, probably maybe next week, because I do have to work on a video. I want to get a Trios video out there for you guys because Trios FNCS is coming soon. So I'll go ahead and close this. go ahead and grab this. I'm terrible at Fortnite, so it would mean a lot if you could react to my stream. I will record today for Arenas Trios. Cool. Yeah, if you just record your stream, I'll be able to view it in a few days when I stream again. Just make sure you fill out the application. Ducky, do you also rate montage? I prefer not to. If you fill out the application, I can VOD review. I mean, I can coach you in the description, right? I can do that if you submit it, but I prefer not to because montages are typically shorter clips and it's harder for me to view them. Where do I fill out montages? It's in the application link in the description. I still seriously do not prefer, I prefer not to review montages if possible, okay? I really do not. Like they're so hard for me to review if there's like zero gameplay because I can't see your decisions. So if you could get me a full clip of your gameplay, a VOD, a Twitch highlight, replay, something like that, I can work with that. That's really good. Obviously if you only have montages, that's fine, but it's just harder for me to give you advice. So it's at your own, benefit that you just submit a full on replay if you can. So let's go ahead and switch over. Sparrow Season, let's go and get started. I believe this is yours, right? Dual Cup, 8 kills. Oh man, my throat's really going out, guys. Also, guys, please subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and click that bell icon too. It takes 1 second and you'll be able to view my next live stream when I go live. It really helps out support the stream and the channel. Don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe. Really helps me out. Use code 1UpEco in the item shop only if you want to. You're not forced to. I really appreciate all your guys' support. So thank you guys so much. All right, so we got solos is bad. We're trying to figure out. Oh my gosh, my voice is going out. Sparrow Season. We're trying to figure out how to improve on decisions and everything. Cool. So here we go. Sparrow Season. Your timestamp is 2 hours 7 minutes 0 seconds. Cool. All right. If you guys aren't following the notes, go ahead and follow them. Link is in the description. You guys can see exactly what I'm typing out as I'm typing it in live time. It's really helpful to be able to follow along. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and watch Sparrow Season. Landing at Dirty Docks. I always do like to take a look at the bus drop when people land because I like to see why they decide to land there. Okay, so we have Dirty Docks. First of all, Sparrow Season. When I see this drop, when I'm looking at this bus route, first thing I'm thinking is Dirty Docks going to be contested? If the answer is yes, you need to decide why you're landing there. Okay, if you're landing at a very, very high population count, you need to decide why you're landing there. Is it because you only have like 1 to 2 games because you're in a tournament and you need to get a W key game? If so, that's a perfect spot. Are you trying to W key? If so, that's a perfect spot. Are you trying to just get loot and rotate? If so, maybe not such a good spot, okay? Because there's so many people there, the outcome of this whole entire landing spot is just out of the ballpark. If you normally land at Dirty, you need to have a different secondary landing spot, okay? The reason for this is because if you like to land there and you're trying to go for consistency to make it to endgame, whatever, landing there is just, when you have so many variables such as a hot drop like this, the bus route, it's just harder to control the outcome. So I would suggest landing somewhere else that's maybe further away from the start of the bus, but that's just me. Obviously you don't have to listen to me, and because you guys seem to do really good, we'll see what happens. So going to get started, go into gameplay. We are in duos, I believe, so this will be interesting. Duos is a little bit different than solos. You have a lot more dependency on your teammates. You can get out of a lot of sticky situations that you normally wouldn't be able to in solos. So this is really, really good. We're able to see a lot more skill being played out here. Cool, so we're totally looting up. We know this location very well. Okay, we spent a little bit too much time looking around the area. I don't know what we were doing there. Kind of wasted a little bit of time. That's nitpicking, right? But just as a FYI, okay, if you know it's a hot drop and you know there's players around, you need to have a mentality. Do I fight? Fight? Or do I loot? Or loot, right? It's a really, really bad writing. I'm sorry. But do I fight or do I loot? If you're landing on a hot drop, you should have the mentality, I'm going to run into a fight. So if I run into a fight, I need to be prepared to fight. Well, what does that mean? I need to go get my loot as soon as possible and meet up with my duo ASAP. That's what your mentality should be, okay? You don't want to be caught out as a solo like this in a 2v1 because you're pretty much dead. Cool. So you're taking your minis, you're taking your bigs. Good. You're backing away from them. Hopefully going back to your teammate. You guys are pretty close to each other, so I'd say this is fine. Be able to react if one of you guys get lasered. You see a llama, that's really lucky. So now, nice, you're looting all this stuff. Dirty does have some really, really good loot, but that's what makes it such a popular spot. You gotta be careful. So you get the llama, nice. So, actually, you guys got really lucky. Honestly, you got lucky. Why? Because this is a hot drop. So this must have been earlier in the tournament, because if it was later in the tournament, everyone would have been landing here. There was only one other team, right? They were here, and they just left. So that's really good. You can't always, guarantee that, though. So that's why I said you should sometimes have a backup plan for a different drop spot, because you can't always guarantee that this team is going to leave instead of just looking for a fight, or there's only going to be one team, right? If there's like 20 teams or 10 teams, the whole lobby drops there. What are you going to do? So you need to know that. So I'm good. It's good for you guys in this game that there wasn't that many people contesting you, and they backed off immediately. So you're able to get the rest of the loot totally scot-free without having to worry. Good, checking your bushes. At this point, though, you don't hear them, so you should assume they're either this section of dirty or they've already gone. Right? You don't hear anything. So, good, you guys are rotating. Let's check the zone. You guys are very close. This is a good zone for you guys. Right? Very good zone. And we have 2 minutes. So, perfect. You guys have maybe about a minute to kill. A minute 30, I'd say, is a good safe amount. It should take from here to here. So, during that minute 30, you can get metal from the junk stop. You can go get brick and wood. You can loot some more. There's a bridge here with loot. Right here, you can even take the trash cans and teleport all the way to Frenzy. Or if you just totally want to negate all of that, you can even go for a risky play and just straight up go for the heavy sniper here. Like without just straight there. Obviously, there's a high chance there's a team there and you're going to fight. But since you're coming out of dirty with good loot, the chances of you winning is probably about, maybe a 50%, depending on how much damage you deal on them, and if you get the engage onto them before they notice you. Right? So if both you and your duo can knock one player before the fight even starts, it's just a 1-on-2, and it's pretty much guaranteed. Your odds of winning on a 1-on-2, it's like an 80% chance to win. As long as this guy, as long as you're both fighting them together, it's an 80% chance to win. If this guy catches one of you guys out and turns it into a 1v1, your chance goes down to like a 40%, 50%, It's kind of like a coin toss. But you guys should be fighting together. But anyway, you don't have to go for the heavy sniper. That's just my suggestions. Not suggestion, I should. That's just a play you can do, I should be saying. So now you're AFK. I think you're probably typing or something. That's fine. Remember, you have like a minute 30 to kill. So you can take a fight here. You could go looting. Get mats. It's your choice. Positioning. Cool, so you're going to go for the upgrade. I like it. The purple AUG is very strong. In my opinion, the purple AUG is definitely worth the upgrade if you can afford it. Especially with mats easily accessible. I wouldn't be going for the wood if I were you. You still have a minute 20 and there was no one at junk. Since you wasted all that mats on the upgrade, you should go back and get that metal. Why? Because metal is pretty hard to get. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty difficult to get. Your teammate is still there. So you can go back and stay together, right? You don't want to get picked off, like I said before. So go back, stay with your teammate, get the metal. Okay? Otherwise, like I said before, looting these stuff, getting like the brick and the wood, that's fine. But it's just so easily accessible. You can find brick everywhere. You can find wood everywhere. But metal is a little more difficult. It's harder to get it. So definitely take your opportunities when you can. Okay, so you checked the heavy snipers, right? So we went to junk first, so we missed the opportunity to fight the heavy sniper team, which went here. They probably took the trash can, probably. So we missed the opportunity to fight them. That's okay. Um, in this situation, from the looks of it, you guys are very split up. So I'm assuming you guys are not looking to fight. Hopefully, hopefully you guys are not looking to fight. I'm guessing that you're the more aggressive one of the group because you're taking charge. You're leading the way, right? Your teammate has to just follow because otherwise, if he doesn't follow, he goes his own way. You're both totally split up, and you're at a huge disadvantage. So in this case, you should be telling your teammate, "Hey, ignore all the loot, come to me," or you should be going back to your teammate. You guys need to stick together because like stick together like glue. I mean, maybe 30, 50 meters far away from each other as at most. At most. Because if you know there's players nearby, which you do know there's players nearby, why? Because this was looted. They couldn't have gone very far, right? They're probably in frenzy, so you need to stick together. Only when you know that there's nobody around you, only 100% sure you know there's nobody there, you can split up. But I would still, your biggest strength is just sticking together as a duo. Yep, so you just keep on going into the zone. Your teammate actually takes storm damage here, I think. Yeah, he takes a couple ticks. That's what I mean. You need to be aware. If your teammate says, "Hey, I need to get mats," you tell him, "Okay, we can get mats in zone. Let's focus on rotating first." Because you seem to be the one leading the charge. You need to be the shot caller as well. You need to be like saying, "Hey, um, I'm gonna go get the mats. We can get mats in zone. Let's focus on rotating so we don't take storm damage like this, because this is free damage. You shouldn't be losing storm damage if you can help it." Okay, so we're looting. At this point, you should be like, "Hey, we need to be on our lookout. There's probably a team here, a frenzy. We have a minute 35. Be looking at your mats, be looking at your items, say, do I need mats? Do I need items? If the answer is yes, okay, maybe we need to stick around and farm a little bit. If it's no, then maybe we need to get the heck out. Because look, there's one team here, like two teams here, one guy third party. We need to get the heck out. Storm is right there in a minute 35. So, if I were you guys, what would I do? First of all, look at your mats, determine, hey, do I need mats? If so, then we can get some mats from the house. But I should also be very aware of my surroundings. I should be knowing where these teams are. I should be scanning left, right, behind, front, center. Understand where everyone is. If there's a team nearby you, stay out of vision if you can help it. If you have scuff loot. If you think you can take a fight, be very cautious because you do have that minute 35 and you have Storm right behind you. And also third parties, right? So you need to be aware where everyone is. My advice in most situations is to try your best not to take fights to begin with. Actually, you see the player right there. Right there. And that is, I believe, either a sniper or an AR. So you need to be careful here. Good. Catch him off guard. Are you going to tag him? Good. You didn't shoot. Oh, great trigger discipline. Right. You weren't guaranteed to hit him if you shot him because he was swimming. I wouldn't have shot at him either. Right. You need to have good self-control because if you shoot at him and you start a fight right here, his teammate will come. Now you're forced into a 2v2. This team will come. Now you're forced into a 2v2v2 and the storm's coming. So good you didn't shoot. That could have ended really, really poorly for your team. So now you're just waiting for him to go, and now you can get a free rotate. I wouldn't follow them. I'd just go straight into zone. Don't follow them. Because they can turn around and see you, especially since they're going to have high ground with the hills. So just use natural cover, use the trees, use the hills, just naturally rotate into zone. Now these guys are totally out of the equation if you go this way, where my arrow is, and you only have to focus about these guys. But like I said before, you should still constantly be like scanning your surroundings. You shouldn't be telling them like this. Should not be. Good. Disengage. Focus on rotating. I think you spotted those guys in the bush. That's really good awareness. But you're spending too much time just dilly-dallying. Your teammate is now leading the charge. You need to be with him. Don't get picked off. There we go. There's the fight. Burning a lot of mats. Cool. At this point, you need to say, hey, do we take the fight? Do we not? Answer is no. 31 seconds. We are ahead of zone. They have to come to us. So they're going to push us no matter what. We need to back off. Right? Especially since we know there's teams looking to third party. They're already looking inward at us. We can't take this fight. Look at this. See the grove? That's natural cover. That's bushes. That's trees. You can hide behind all that. So you build in front of you, maybe even fake ramp up, but then immediately back off. You don't want to be in this fight. There we go. Third party. Don't take the fight, man. Okay, this is actually really good for you guys. These guys are not brain dead. They saw that you had 9 seconds on Storm, and they decided, hey, we're going to rotate. It's not worth our time to third party these fools. Good for them. But, you know, in some situations, you can't really help that. They're going to third party. So you got lucky. Okay, I'm actually going to go back a little bit so I can commentate over your fighting. So we're going to just watch this again from micro decisions. So macro, I told you before, you need to disengage. Micro, let's go ahead and see what you do. You let them ramp up. Now you're getting shot at. You should build immediately. Good. Teammate didn't get hit. That was a really scary sound. At this point, you need to be saying, hey, do I engage? If so, I need to be ramping up right now. Okay? I need to be ramping up right now. If we don't engage, I need to be backing off right now. I should not be looking at... See, he's throwing C4. I should not be waiting for him to make the first move. I need to be making the first move or not at all. Like, engage 100% or not at all. Teammate needs to be with you as well. The teammate has to be like, let's do this. Let's beat him up. If your teammate is like having second thoughts, don't do it. You both need to be on the same page. Otherwise, it's going to go really bad. And if you push, your teammate needs to be with you pushing. Okay, now you fully committed. You hard engaged. Good wall. I like it. No. Oh, gosh. That's so common, okay? Because people, like I said before in the other VOD review I did, when you place a wall here, people are going to jump to the left because they are psychos. So how do we counter this? Place a wall right here, okay? Place a wall right here immediately before... As soon as you get this wall down, place this wall, okay? Like, as soon as you see them heading toward this direction, you just place the wall. Because then they can't... Then just denies them the 50-50. They have to place down a ramp or a floor. Otherwise, they just give up height. Good. I like the damage. 75 damage. That, like I said before, I don't condone that weird side jump to the side. It's just such a bad 50-50. Unless you're guaranteed to get the kill, it's just... The guy jumping is just at a disadvantage. So good, you hit him for a lot. At this point, you should be like, okay, I hit him for a lot. He has to heal. This is a good time to either back up, go to my teammate, hard engage, or disengage. I'll have 3 options. And it really varies from situation to situation, right? Like, should you go to your teammate? Only if you need to. If you think you can sway the fight because your teammate is there, then do it. If you need mats or heals or you need to heal, go to your teammate. Don't be caught out like this. Do I need to disengage? Well, look at the storm. 14 seconds. I would say yes, but that's just me. Also his teammate, right? If you try to disengage, will you get shot at? Probably. So you're pretty much stuck. You have to fight. Because you guys overcommitted to the fight now. I'd still be very wary of third parties. That minigun, man. You don't want to be on the receiving end of that. Okay, you hear the launch pad go down. This is good. It means the other team's not brain dead and they want to go away. They're like, okay, we actually need to go to the zone. We overcommitted our resources. Let's get the heck out. So you and your teammate should be taking this launch pad right now. Leave his teammate alone. Just take the opportunity and just go. Okay, this guy is actually silly. So this is the perks of being separated from your teammate, right? Because he wasn't exactly with him when he launch padded. He has to burn his own launch pad too. So that's 2 launch pads down for the team. And now he's getting lasered. Actually, you get the kill. So that's bad on him. He should have stuck with his teammate. That's why you stick to your teammates. And you need to communicate. Say like, hey, we're going to launch pad. We need to disengage. Be with me. Stay on me. I'm coming to you. Or something like that. Right? You need to work together. Otherwise, this happens. So good. Get the kill. Wow, he had another launch pad. That's actually pretty crazy. Good. Rotating out. Okay, you clip the side of that wall. You know, at this point, if you clip your head, you need to decide whether or not it's worth it to go back and take the launch pad again. Because you want to get as much distance as you can, especially for this zone. But I'd say it's not worthwhile. because even if you went a little higher, you'd still probably land on the trees. So, okay, you're actually going back to take the launch pad, I think. Actually, not a bad idea, taking the one higher up. Yeah, that's a good call by whoever made this call, saying let's take the higher up one. That is smart. Because yeah, if you taken that lower one, you would have gone no further than this grove, and you would have run the rest. If you take the higher one, you probably can get a little farther than the grove, maybe there, which is a lot better. So whoever made this call, 200 IQ, like kudos to you, man. It's really smart. So hopefully you guys take it now. Good, good. Yeah, perfect. Going over the grove. So now it's a decision. Do you go left or right? So you guys are going left. Good. Why would you want to go left? Well, let's take a look at how high you are, right? So if we go right, the odds of us we're going to land about here. Maybe a little bit lower, like here. When we land. If we go to the right, we will potentially potentially could take a fight. We'll be way lower in terms of high ground. So if there's another team there, they will have height over us. At least this way, we know that there's no one there. Like, look at this. There's no one here. So free. Maybe there's someone behind the hill, but in that case, there's nothing we can do about it. But we see nobody here. And we know we're going to be higher and closer to the zone. This is actually a really good spot to base up on, because that's like, maybe like, actually this one right here. This hill, because you're going to have high ground. But we'll see. There's actually another launch pad there. See, that's the team that took the low pad. Actually, never mind. That's a different team. But yeah, so you guys are going to take the launch pad. And we're going to 4 times speed this again. Alright, so that launch pad was kind of useless. You basically landed where you were going to land. So at least all you got out of it was the flopper from that one fishing spot. So I'd say that's worth. Because you weren't getting chased and you had zone. If you were like pressed for time, going back for that launch pad wasn't worth it, because you literally gained no ground. Or if you were being chased by someone else, it wouldn't be worth it. But 4 times speed again. My neck is starting to hurt. We've been streaming for quite a while. But that's okay. Alright, so we're looking to rotate into the next zone with 1:20. We analyze dead side of zone. This is dead. All of this is dead. Why is this top part area dead? Normally I would say like maybe only the blue part right here is dead. Why is this part dead? Because this area normally has like 0 players. Ever. No one ever goes up here. There's only one, like a bunch of houses there. There's a lighthouse. Maybe people rotating from a shark in this island that are here. But they most of the time will rotate into Pleasant. Like, no one's going to sit in Storm at the shark. So this top part area is dead as well. It's pretty free. So in your guys' position as ahead of zone, this is you guys, I believe. I'd be thinking to myself, hey, why don't we just take advantage and go to the dead side zone? This is the active part. We know there's going to be a team here, team here, team here. Why don't we go to the dead side zone? We just go around like this. Or even better, there's actually a porta potty right at this house. Or not a porta potty, there's a trash can right outside the house, the brick house, that will take you right here. Okay, so you get a little closer. Maybe stay like in the house right there. Wait until the zone pushes in more and this area gets uncovered. Take the trash can. Go here. There's no one there. Guarantee no one there. Why? Because the circle isn't there. It's in Storm. So there's guaranteed no one going to be there. You're free. Just base up there. You're chilling. There's actually a hill there you can base up on. Like right here. Really good stuff. You should be thinking about your rotations, right? You should be planning where you're going, what your strategy is, and tell your teammates so you guys can coordinate something. Or if you're looking for a fight, say, hey, we're looking for a fight. Let's stick together. Let's not get cut out. And if you do engage, you need to decide, hey, is this worthwhile my time? Is it not, right? And like I said before, it's always look at the storm timer, look at your loot, look at your mats. Is your teammate alive? How much health do you guys have? Do you have heals, disengage options? Like if everything goes bad, do you have disengage options? Do you have a grappler? Do you have a launch pad? Like what's your plan, right? You need to have a plan. Course of action if something goes bad, if one of your teammates gets knocked, if you take a fight and you guys kill them, what's your next plan? course of action, you always have some type of thing in your mind. At least, like a rough idea. That's going to get you a lot farther in the game. Okay, cool. So you guys are rotating. Good. Dead side of zone. Very nice. I like it. I like it. Okay, so that team right here sees you. They shoot at you, whatever. At this point, you should be like, okay, they're farther enough that they can't hit us. We can just go around. Maybe even get this drop. If we're very cautious here, we might be able to get that drop. And just stay away from them. Use the hill as natural cover. Don't sit in the bush, right? Just use the bush as natural cover. Good, good. Using the hill. Good, good, good. See, they can't see you at all. Until you go over this hill, they can't see you. Now they can see you. Yeah, I mean, this is where I said originally where you should base up on. I mean, I literally pointed it out, right, with a marker. I think this is still like one of the better spots you could go to, but if we're talking about time effectiveness, if we realize that there's no one behind you, maybe you could have built the 1x1 here, immediately disengage with your teammate, grab the loot here from the loot crate, and gone back. Obviously, you can't do that all the time. It's a pretty greedy play. So, not advisable, but if you guys needed the loot, it might have been worthwhile to do that. Of course, go together though, right? Because you don't know if there's teams or not. And if there would be a team there while you're going to get the supply drop, just immediately disengage, right? It's not even worthwhile to go risk dying for a... I see you trying to pickaxe the sword and the stone. Can't get the rock, unfortunately. Okay. So now we're kind of just chilling. Hopefully you're looking back. Good. Trying to see if you spot anybody. I wouldn't look through like that though. I just look through the cone. That's safer. Like rotate your ramp and then look through the cone instead of just making that wall at it. Okay, next zone. Cool. Very good. You see that you can rotate the dead side. These are some smart rotates. Using natural cover. Very good. The only problem with this rotate is that you're now on low ground, but that's nitpicking. Honestly, this is probably the better rotate you could have taken with what you had. Unless you had that launch pad from the supply drop, this is probably the better rotation. Okay. There is the team above you. You should be looking behind you. Remember, always scan your vicinity. Look all around you, 360. You want to make sure you have as much information as you can. Also use your audio. Do you hear people shooting? If they're shooting, then there's players there. And there's a good chance that, you know, as long as you don't catch their aggro, if you rotate correctly and you don't like panic build, they won't focus you because they're you know, preoccupied with their own fight. So now we're engaging onto a team. I wouldn't advise this ever, especially since your teammate is so far away. Like, look how much time it's taken for him to come to you. You've started the fight without him. Especially since there's another team right here. If you're not able to confirm the kill, these guys will focus you and you're going to be in a bad spot. And you don't even have a disengage option, right? As far as I know, you guys don't have the launch pad, except that one you picked off from that one guy who died. Actually, yeah, you do have a disengage option. So, okay, this was reasonable to take. Basing up on top of another person's base is totally fine. And in this option, you pretty much had to. There's nowhere you could have gone unless you wanted to base up in the ocean, but that's suicide, so good. Should be looking through your cone right now, not at your teammate. I don't know what you're doing. You should be looking through the cone, trying to find picks. And your teammate shouldn't exactly be hard scoping. I don't know what he's looking at. Maybe he's looking at somebody. Let me see. Okay, anyway, I can't find him, but anyway, maybe your teammate is looking at a free kill. If so, that's totally fine. If not, he should be looking through his cone before hard scoping like this because it's kind of risky. But I like how he's strafing back and forth in and out of cover. That's good. You should be doing that too. And looking through your cone, right? Looking for picks. At this point, you realize that you can't find anything good. You're looking backward. Catch these guys. Very good, right? Because remember, if we can't find any picks over here, it's not worthwhile to keep on looking at them because you're not gonna find anything. Better to look at the activity behind you where you might be able to catch somebody off. So good. Both you and your teammates are spraying them now. Okay, at this point, I'd consider switching your angle up, okay? Why? Because some guy just tried to heavy snipe you, right? He broke your wall. Or just regular snipe you. Um, he expects the same angle, right? So if he repeaks again, I don't know where he is because I'm on 4 times speed, but he knows where to expect you. So if you were to just edit your cone and find maybe a window edit or something different, that would benefit you a little better, I think, as long as you're not fully exposing yourself like this. Just a little better. Okay, now it looks like you guys are looking to steal the loot with the grappler. That's fine. When you're doing that, I'd still suggest you building walls behind you, just because you don't know if people are going to shoot you, right? But it's good you're able to get some loot. Looks like you guys are going around and going to try to go for the cleanup, maybe? Looks like they're in zone, so that's good. You and your teammate need to be together. Good. Especially in endgame, you guys need to stick together. If you guys get caught out, it's just a one on, like, it's no longer duos. If your teammate or if you get caught out, it is your fault for not sticking with your teammate. It's your fault for getting caught out and sticking your teammate in a 1v1 or a 1v9 or whatever. How many players are left? It is your fault for doing that because you're leaving your teammate alone to clutch up. If you get mad at him because he didn't clutch up because he missed a shot or whatever, don't be mad at him. It's your fault for getting caught out. You need to stick together, okay? Stick together like glue, especially in endgame. You will see immediate results. You guys need to have like immediate chemistry, like knowing each other's thoughts and everything. Communication, right? You'd be like, oh, I'm shooting at this guy. Come help me. Or we need to go rotate this way. Or we need to go loot. Or this, that. You need to be working together. Always be on the same track of mind. One guy shouldn't be like, let's take height. And the other guy should be like, no, let's rotate. You guys need to do it 100% or not at all. Together. That should be my new slogan. 100% or not at all. Alright, so you're spamming these guys out. You should be telling your teammate, come help me. At this point, you see, hey, we can't engage them anymore. Let's disengage. Remember, 100%, not at all. So disengage. If you keep on spraying them, you need to tell your teammate, hey, come help me. But your teammate's doing something else. Because remember, you're never going to kill them if it's just one person spraying. They'll just hold it or drop down. You're just wasting your ammo. Good. Catch him out. You should be like yelling to your teammate right now. Lasered! He's lasered! Mom, he's lasered! Something like that. I don't know. And then your teammate should be coming around to like help you get this kill. Because you know he's low and it looks like it's a solo. Good. Teammate's helping him. You should edit out this floor so you can both spray. So you're not blocking each other. Okay. You hear the player next to you. And you realize you can't get the kill. I guess that's okay. Can't get all of them, right? And if you're getting pressured by the minigun, good. The best thing about the minigun players is that they can't hear crap. So when they're using their minigun, that's the time you should engage them onto them, right? They're literally so prone to getting sniped or getting shot at because minigun players can't hear anything unless they have visualized sound effects on because the thing is so loud. So you could be looking for an angle on him, but that's okay. Looks like you guys are all trying to focus them because you know he's low. He's building out of metal. He's going to have to run out of mats soon. There he is. There's your minigun player. What should you do? Remember, before, like I said, if you edited out this square and edited out that cone a little more, you'd both be able to have vision onto him. But because it's only your square, you didn't edit this second one right here. Your teammate is not able to help you. It's just you staring at him because you're technically blocking the whole entire square. I believe your head is in the way, so your teammate can't see him unless you move. There we go. So yeah, you guys aren't able to laser him. If your teammate was able to see him, you guys probably could have gotten that kill. See, he's only able to see the feet now. And you're forced to, leave your position. You're forced to leave your base in order to go get that kill. Which could be risky if you had a teammate right here. Because now you'd be in a really awkward spot. So, yeah, I mean, this is nitpicky stuff. You guys still get the kill, which is good. But I'm saying before, just make sure you make wider edits if you can. Obviously, depends on the situation, right? But that's just something nitpicky, like I said before. Alright, so we don't get the... Did we get the loot? We get the knock. Is your teammate going to go get the loot? No. Okay, so that's fine. You guys decide it's not worth to drop down and potentially die, which is very smart. And you guys are going to get the siphon anyway. So Good. You should be coning. Maybe building with brick. I don't know why you're building with wood. Maybe it's your only mats, which is fine. But you should be very wary when you're about to launch that someone can just break you out. And also, before you launch, make sure you look up so this doesn't happen. Because now you're on low ground and there's people above you. And you're now separated from your duo. This is really bad. Solos is bad. Dude, your username literally tells you it. When you're playing duos, being a solo is bad. Right? You always want to play as a duo in duos. Don't play solo in solos. Good. So I'm glad your teammate actually fell down with you. If he was like not so aware of it, he would have broken that piece above him and tried launch padding by himself into zone. That's a pretty greedy play because that just leaves you alone. The only reason why he would go do this is because if you got immediately lasered from dropping down to low ground and potentially knocked, that's the time when he decides, okay, as a team, the team benefits more from me just leaving you behind. Hey, thank you so much for subscribing. Let me see. Zen Type, thank you so much for subscribing. I really, really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. So yeah, you benefit the most, okay, by leaving your teammate only if your other teammate is for sure like gonna die. Then you benefit the team more by not going down there. Because if you go down there and your teammate's already knocked, you basically just threw the game, man. But in this situation, he saw that you didn't die, you were fine, you didn't get lasered. He decided, okay, I'm going to come down with you, which is good. That's what you should do. Because now it's not a 1v1. It's not like a play for yourself moment, solos and duos. It's duos. You're still playing duos, not solos. Remember, solos is bad. Okay, so you spot this player. Your teammate is preoccupied behind you. You should be saying, hey, teammate, stay on me. We should stick together. We need to be looking at the same players, whatever. Because now you see this guy, you're not able to follow up on him. Hopefully your teammate will catch him out. Oh, that's the grappler player. You guys missed out on a really good kill. If you're able to kill him, would have been really good. Oh, that's fine. You're still rotating. Okay, at this point, you need to be very wary. Stay aware of where your teammate is at all times. And one of you guys should designate, okay? One of you guys should designate who's going to rotate, like who's going to build and expand, and who's going to be looking for like picks. Okay, the person who's looking for picks should have the best aim, should have the best loot, and should have the least amount of mats, probably. The guy who's tunneling needs to be probably the guy ahead, so in this case you, which is good, and the guy with the most mats, which hopefully is you, but I don't know because you're building out of wood. This is fine though. Rotating out of wood, tunneling in wood is fine in situations like this when people aren't focusing you. You only build out a brick if you need to. Okay, you should be editing out here. You're spending too much time. You should be, remember, you're the tunneler. You need to be looking for picks. I mean, not looking for picks. You should be looking for rotates. You should be rotating for your teammate while your teammate's like literally right next to you, giving you call outs. Like this guy, we can fight this guy, or I'm spraying these guys. We need to hold them. You guys need to be communicating. Not holding this guy. So that's lucky. You guys get the kill. But your teammate should have gotten that. Okay? I mean, I guess I can make the argument that was a clean kill. Okay, that's pretty nice. But your teammate should have gotten that while you were rotating. If your teammate was just as aware as you, he would have noticed the same kill and gotten the same elimination. So the team would have been well off. So now you guys are kind of like farther behind because no one rotated. And because of that, because no one rotated ahead, you didn't tunnel ahead, you get hit by this rocket. So that's what I'm talking about. You guys need to designate one guy to build ahead with the most mats and one guy to kind of be more aware of where people are and see if you can go for picks. Obviously, it changes from situation to situation. You shouldn't have the same guy tunneling all the time, right? It kind of depends on your situation. Obviously, it can change from team to team, whatever your guys are most comfortable with, but that's just a suggestion. Is to play around your guys' strengths and weaknesses. So in this case, you're stuck in the wall. I don't even know what the heck happened, buddy. But you should be pickaxing. You should be shooting. You need to get out of here now. No, what are you doing? No, 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 no. You're shooting the wrong wall. Shoot this wall, man. You got to get out. I'm assuming you're dying. You're gonna die here. But yeah, you need to shoot this wall. Don't shoot this wall. This is gonna do you nothing. You have 35 health. Okay? Because I'm going to go back to the macro decision. Because you, the tunneler, decided to stay back and kill this guy. Okay, it's an elimination. You ultimately throw the game because you're not tunneling for your team. Your teammate has to tunnel. You eat the rocket into the face because you didn't tunnel, right? Drops you down. You get stuck here. I mean, that's unfortunate, right? But you didn't react fast enough. You didn't break the wall. You didn't try to get out. Right? You're probably telling your teammate, what the heck? I'm stuck. You should be pickaxing this wall right now. You should be shooting it. Getting out while you still have a chance. You should be pretty much free of the wall right now if you were pickaxing it immediately. And because of that one bad micro decision, to take that fight instead of tunneling for your teammate, you're going to die here. You're going to pay the price. So you can blame the game. You can be like, oh my gosh, this game sucks. I got stuck in a wall. Or you can be like, well, my decision to kill that guy, granted it was a kill, ended up me dying. And in this case, in this game, if I had good loot and me and my teammates were both alive and we still had that launch pad, well, actually, no, we burned it. But we were able to get it into more placement thresholds, which is worth more than a kill. I need to be able to determine that and be like, okay, it was more worthwhile for me to give up that kill, let my teammate take it. We still would have gotten the same amount of points, and we'd still be alive because I tunneled. And because of that, you die. Your teammate's still alive, which is good. And he's now playing solo duo. So we'll hop onto your teammate. And now it's pretty much game. It's pretty much game. Why? Because these guys are on high ground. They got RPGs. And your teammate is on low ground. What he should be doing now, okay? Two things. One, expanding to build underneath these trees. Or two, literally hugging edge zone underneath these builds. Because these players will have to expand, blocking the high ground vision. But if they're a duo, doing that is suicide because he has rockets and you're probably going to die. So your best option here for your teammate is to rotate underneath those trees. Just super fast expand. Let's see what he does. Okay, he needs to be saving his mats. Good. Rotating under the trees. Perfect. He saw that guy. He saw that guy behind him. Okay? You saw that guy rotating out of storm? That's a free kill. Free kill. Okay? Granted, your teammate might have not gotten the kill if the guy had a lot of health, but he was running out of storm. Might have been able to at least get some damage on him. Okay, let's see what he does. Okay, that's actually a free kill. You need to make a wider edit, buddy. So it's smart play by him, actually, from quality 0 or O to take the minis first. Very smart play because getting this kill wasn't guaranteed, but now it is. Now getting this kill is guaranteed. He just took a whole bunch of RPG damage. Your teammate should immediately just edit out a bigger edit, like a big scrim. Because now he won't be able to get the kill. Good. Immediately backtracks. That's really smart of him. Because if he had stayed there, he would have gotten hit by the RPG. Really smart. Okay. Get the finish. No. Oh my gosh. Your teammate's cracked, dude. Good. Didn't get the finish. He got the kill instead, which gave him the shield. Because he got the shield, he's literally alive. He would have been alive by 3 HP. Now he's alive by 50. I don't think he wins the game. But regardless, your teammate clutched the heck up, man. Very good decisions. It's just unfortunate. I guess you could say he could have built here. Right? He had mats. He could have built here. But that's just nitpicky. I think your teammate did a great job considering the situation he was in. And you guys are a very good team together. But I think you guys could be better. I think you guys could take advantage of your coordination, your chemistry together. If you stick together and play together, make sure you communicate your calls out better. And like I said before, if you're gonna tunnel, you need to stick to tunneling. And if your teammate is gonna go shoot at people, you need to tell him you're gonna tunnel, and he needs to stick to you like glue. Okay. And then if your teammate says, "Hey, I lasered him," you need to look at the zone, look at your situation, decide whether or not going for that kill is worth it or rotating. If rotating is more valuable in your situation, if you're guaranteed going to get a good rotate, if you rotate early and give up that kill, do it. It's worthwhile. It's worth more than a kill that's not 100% guaranteed, right? Like I said before, if it's not 100% guaranteed, It's not worth it. You have to go for it only if it's 100% worth it. So, yeah, you guys are a very good team. I'm very happy to be able to review you guys and help you out. So let me go ahead and switch over to the notes. I'm going to say stick with teammates, coordination, and communication. And then stick to your roles. Like, stick with teammates, I should say like glue. Like glue. Like glue and don't get caught out. Coordination and communication. Stick to your roles. If you are tunneling, let your teammate get kills while you pave a safe rotation pathway for your teammate to follow. If you are going for kills, so that means you are the aggressor, your teammate is tunneling for you, right? While your teammate is tunneling, stick to them like glue. Maybe max like two boxes away. And then if you are not guaranteed kill, don't commit. Don't fully commit to fight. What else? Take what you can get. Don't be greedy. I mean, you guys have some really quality rotates. Your mid-game rotations were like spot on, right? Remember when I made that call out about that Pleasant Park dead side of zone rotation? That was perfect. You guys did it perfectly. You read my mind. You heard my voice. So that's, you guys' rotations mid-game are fantastic. Keep it up. Your late-game rotations, that's when I start noticing the flaws in your guys' coordination. That's when, remember how before in early game you guys were very split up? You guys have different ideas about different things. The simplest fix to that is just vocalizing. Communicating with your teammate. If you're both on the same page, you guys should be okay. So make sure you're on the same page as your teammate and be 100% and always communicate. I should say always communicate everything with them. I mean, obviously you don't want to clutter your communication. You don't want to clutter your comms with like stuff like, "Oh my gosh, my dog is biting me. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I lost my shoe." Don't do stuff like that, okay? Obviously, don't tell them everything that's on your mind. But there are varying times where telling your teammates what is happening around you is important. So for instance, if you're getting sprayed out, you should tell your teammate, "I'm getting sprayed out. I'm getting sprayed out. Help me, help me, help me, help me." That, I would say, is a yellow. That's a yellow comm. That's like something that's good to talk about, right? You're like, "Hey, this is dangerous. I need help right now." But instead you can be like, "I'm getting sprayed out. Come to me right now. Build for me. I need to back out." Okay? That's a good comm. I would say that's green. It's a little more in depth. It tells your teammate more what he needs to do, what's happening around him, and how he should react, right? So your teammate would be like, "Okay, he's getting sprayed. I need to get there and I need to build for him." As soon as he starts building, you tell him, "Okay, I'm going to start backing out. Hold the wall or hold the floor," and you back out. Now you tell him, "Okay, I will now hold the wall because I'm safely away. You back out." And now you're both safely away. Okay, stuff like that. Communication is so key. You just need to make sure you both understand exactly what you're doing at the same time. Because if you don't know what your teammate is doing, you're playing solos. You're not playing duos properly, okay? So communication, coordination, you work on it, you guys will do good. Stick together like glue. All right, with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and say a look at the chat. So we have... should I screen record my PS4 and edit it slightly on Share Factory so you can see it? Yeah, perfect. That's absolutely perfect, Toasted. If you can upload it, record it on PS4 and upload it to YouTube with slight modifications or whatever. That's totally fine. Um, you can obviously probably, unless there's a lot of action in early game, you can probably skip most of that, unless you need help with early game. But yeah, definitely. Just don't make it too short, but that's totally fine. We're gonna go to the next one. Moggle, if you keep begging, he won't pick you. Yeah, guys, we're going in order, right? So it's whoever fills out the application first. We're going in order. That's who we will coach next. So asking me to coach you will not do anything unless you're next in line. So don't worry, we're gonna get to everyone though. We're going to stream next time very soon anyway. So Blaze Thanatos, hey, One Pico, I sent you 6 games without thinking. You reviewed a very short one of those games. Is there a chance you could go back and do game 4? That's the one I meant to send originally. Yes. So Blaze, for the sake of time, okay, submit another application with game 4. Actually, yeah. Okay, if you could record game 4, okay, record game 4 and submit another application, I will get to it eventually. It's just because of the sake of time, I want to be able to get everyone first. Yeah, but if you do submit game 4, if you record it on YouTube and you submit it into the application, I will get to it eventually. So whether that be this week or next week, that'll be, you know, up to me. But we will get to you eventually. So next person. Elmeep, if you mind scrolling through the full list so I can get an estimate for when I'm getting reviewed. Yes, I can. Maybe. We're going to keep on scrolling down. These VOD reviewing viewers are so helpful. That's good. I'm glad that the viewers are able to help you out a lot. So we'll go ahead and go through the whole entire list. So the next person, I believe, let me see real quick. We just did Sparrows. So that should be like 20, right? Okay, that was yesterday's. Flips, that was yesterday's. Oh, that was today, my bad. Thanatos. Sparrows. Okay, so the next person would be Benna. Person after that would be Farzan. Person after that, Eggsy Swins. Next person, Kirby TV. Next person, El Meep. Next person, Moist Mop. Next person, Alpha. Next person, Postal Tekron. Next person, Lo-Fi Kasu. Next person, 200 IQ Vis. Next person, Everent. Next person, Luca Valiant. Next person, Ruhan Patel. And that is it. So if you did not see your name, or if you're at the end of the list, do not worry, okay? If you don't see your name, just make sure you submitted the application properly. Make sure you got like an email notification or something clarifying that you did submit this, right? Because if I don't see it here, I'm not going to be able to review you. Next time, if you see your name at the end of the list, don't be worried. We will get you eventually. Also, though, if you did post a WeTransfer link, right? If it is a review, like a VOD, remember that every Tuesday it does refresh. So make sure you record it beforehand so that I can review it. Okay, so we're going to in the next. So we have, I believe. I think I said, yeah, I'm Benna. So we're gonna start tomorrow, not tomorrow's stream, but next time stream. Remember to follow me on Instagram. I will give you guys notifications when I'm going to go live next time. So this will just be good for you guys and for me. So number 19 is when we're on. 19 for next stream. Cool. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. I really, 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 really appreciate you guys coming out here and watching the stream, spending 3 hours of your day watching it. I hope I helped you guys out. Thank you guys so much for checking out the stream. I really appreciate all your guys' support. And without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm One Pico, and I hope you guys have a great day and have a great time scrimming. Thank you guys so much. Take care.